haven. Other than it being a tax haven, why the hell would I go to Connecticut? Like, it forces you to be creative. Imagine if Kanu was like, look, we need to compete with all these states. What if we became the capital of Islam, since that's what y'all love so much? Let's be the capital of Islam in Africa. I know that's what you guys want. It makes you guys happy. I mean, they can be competitive, start coming up with ideas instead of everyone fighting for oil revenue. I mean, come on.
Even the oil revenue is in what, like, which state is it? Is it in Niger State, or what's the name of the state?
Niger Delta region, all across the Niger
Niger,
Delta region.
Niger Delta. Like in Washington, they don't have oil, but but because they don't have state tax, a lot of like this um
Okay,
tech companies have their headquarters over here. Like
but Caesar,
uh, there's a lot
okay,
of like okay,
my
go ahead.
state, for example, my state is an oil producing state, but
What's the name
also
of the
there are
state?
other Edo State. Also,
Edo
there are
State.
other companies like Dangote Cement Factory. You have the Nigeria Brewery. You have Guinness. You have other. You have refinery there. I think you have the B. Is it BUA? The second richest mine in Nigeria. Also, he's also constructing a cement factory again in Benin. So we have some certain, like, we have factories in Edo State.
Right. That's
Yeah, but
what
that's
that's
just
what you need. That's
that's just
exactly what you need for the
Hey,
country to
um,
develop, right?
I wanted
go
to
ahead.
Without that,
comment on the Nigerian economy aspect that Caesar was referring to earlier.
yeah. Okay.
Yes, facts. Nigeria's economy was terrible under Buhari. You have to admit it, right?
Okay.
But
Yeah,
if you look at the general pattern, this is the pattern with pretty much all African countries.
Right.
All African countries pretty much their economies, their economic growth follows the commodity boom and bust cycle. So
yeah,
oil was doing very good from the early 2000s until about 2014. Around then, like right after that, that's when Nigeria's economy started struggling even
yeah.
more.
When the oil price
So,
collapsed,
so that has to do with it. And then also, if you think about all the money that we're borrowing from these short-term loans, because we need to
Right.
borrow, let's be honest.
Right. Right.
But especially because you haven't created a robust enough economy to pay
Okay.
back these loans. So when you have the commodity boom and bust, when you're
Right.
in that bust phase,
Yeah.
and you have those high interest rate loans that African countries have, it becomes
Right.
very difficult to pay back, to pretty much like the IMF,
okay.
Thank you.
So,
and
Thank you
other
for the response.
creditors.
Now let me tell
Thank
you
you for
what
the response.
Buhari did. He constructed railway. He constructed cargo rail,
Wow.
roads, bridges, a lot of
Wow.
things he did that will
Wow.
help. At least constructed new seaport in Lekki. So a lot of things
Right.
happened under
And,
his
and, and also
administration.
and also
But
it needs
from
the
now till the
country to
next
manufacture their
5 to 10 years, you will see
defense.
the result.
Right.
These things take time.
No, no, I agree with
Very
those
true.
actions, but because you kind of like whether you be in the boom or bust, in the bust that's going to be even more difficult in terms of financing, but you have
Right.
to get the infrastructure in place. So I do agree with that. I'm just
Yeah.
kind of just pointing out the fact that I think a lot of Africans don't really think about the commodity boom and bust. That should be the
Yeah.
first thing we think
We
about
just blame
when
just
it
blame
comes
our
to
leaders, but we don't
our
understand what our
growth and
leaders
our
are going
economies.
through. Yes, I agree with you. We always blame our leaders, but we don't understand what our leaders are going through. You know, we
They're
don't understand the
stealing,
loans that
but
they have
it's
to pay.
definitely they're definitely also going through that as
Yeah,
well.
it's not
I'm
an
just
easy
throwing
thing
that out
though.
there.
I used to be an African leader in the foreign society, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was
It's not
corrupt at
easy.
one.
It takes
I was
confidence.
corrupt at one point, man. I'm not gonna.
That's funny. He said I was corrupt.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie
That's
to
what,
you. It's not easy, man. The Nigerian students, man. They oh my god, man. You don't want no freaking Nigerians in your association, man. Yeah, so it's not an easy thing though, right? So hey, it's really challenging. But I
it
mean, a
is
lot of
very
times we tend to focus more on certain industries because we have like the energy sector. There are different kind of sectors, the mineral sector. You know, uh, we have to maximize the productivity of these various sectors, right? We shouldn't just primarily focus on just oil and gas. It's just an aspect of the economy, right? There are different aspects of the economy that we can also
right.
like look into that too as well.
Do
So
y'all
Jim,
know anything about Nigeria's sovereign wealth fund? I just wanted to ask any of the panelists.
Because like a typical example, like the U.S. for instance, right? Besides the raw materials and the natural resources that they have, they expect technological advancement, like the automobile industry, the
For the US,
technology, Facebook, Google. Man, these are like companies
Apple,
that Apple.
Walmart.
These are these are companies that generates huge sums of money
Billions
for
of
the country.
dollars.
Yeah,
This is why I was
and
telling
most
Nigel
African
last time.
countries are not even tapping into
Cannot
that
be
area.
country managed to build economy without the West. As much as we're not, people might say this and that.
You have
We need to work
companies
with these
like
guys to do.
BlackRock, Vanguard, and the rest.
Yeah,
That,
financial institutions, right? So
yeah,
so because a lot of the times we just focus pretty much on natural resources. Look at countries like Japan, Switzerland. They don't have natural resources, very few natural resources, but yet these countries are very, very advanced. The
very
people in
advanced.
those countries have like a
They
better standard of living. Like
produce
what's
a value-added goods.
Yeah.
Zongo, thank you for saying that. I was watching a tour guide talk, a Singaporean tour guide. She was giving a tour, and there she was laughing. She says, "Yeah, Singapore has no resources, but we actually make a lot of money through refining Nigerian oil." I was like, "What?" And she was laughing about it, and I looked it up. It's only 5% of their GDP, but it's hilarious. Like Singapore has no resources, but the tour guide's bragging that they refine Nigerian oil. But
Yeah.
Nigeria is still working on that one, so no comment. But yeah, it's funny.
Yeah,
yeah, but Caesar, right? I think like I mean it's just like the way like the oil and gas industry is structured, right? Like let's say in the upstream sector, right? If you give the company the mandate of making money, right? If they produce the oil, you don't have refineries in your country. Are you going to just say, okay, we got to sell to the local refineries over there? No, you have to sell to the buyers worldwide just to make money for the central government, right?
I
And
mean,
then if you're the downstream sector, which is Dangote is doing right now, plan to have a refinery, then I mean they can still generate money over there. It means the companies are going to drill more wells to make more money, right?
Can I ask y'all a question?
yeah, bro.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Do you think Nigeria would be better economically if they never had oil?
Yes.
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 Right? So I
Yes.
think oil money just comes too easy. Like there's a lot of
Yeah,
countries that have this issue, man. Like Nigeria would be so much more creative because they'd have no choice. They'd be like, we're broke unless we're creative.
No,
Exactly.
everyone just waits for the oil revenue. They don't think about any form of creativity. It's all about let's just collect from the oil. They're not even refining it. They're just selling it raw and collecting the profit. I mean, fools, but it is what it is.
Look at Dubai.
This is
Go ahead. Dubai realized like they wouldn't be making that oil money, right? So they had to change their ways of generating like revenue through like tourism, right? So
Yep.
I mean, even the leadership over there is autocratic, right? But yet they make good economic decisions that are impacting the
Exactly.
growth and development of their countries, which is
I
really
mean,
astounding to me.
Zango, I live in the UK. Without the Arab oil money in the UK, and the Russian gas money that was deposited in London, trust me, we'll be in a big trouble.
okay.
Regardless
See,
of the European Union market. Let me finish, right? So, we can sit there and say this resources money is not important. It is important, but it's all dependent on where that money is going. But absolutely, I agree that obviously a country have to have a private sector base. This is what we're lacking in Africa in general. We always rely on the government to create wealth, but the private sector are not creating wealth. Maybe the government should actually start looking at those sectors and asking them, why are you not being competitive? There's no competition between you guys. And a country like Nigeria, in terms of the population, you that shouldn't be the case at all. You should have loads of competition. You shouldn't have just one company selling, drinks. You should have like thousands of companies selling drinks because there's so many customers. So in that area, the people are not being creative. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
no,
Let Brick Wall talk. Let the dude with the brick wall talk.
There's one thing about I observe about Africa. People are always waiting for who to take the first step. For example, immediately Dangote completed his what they call it, a refinery. Then the other big guy also decided to start constructing his own in Akwa Ibom. So that is just it. People are always waiting for, mostly black people, always waiting for the person to take first step, then before they will now start rushing. That just it's crazy. We don't see things and do it on time.
No, wait, here's the thing. I'm going to defend black people because a lot of Africans come to the West and they kill it. It's because the government makes laws that aren't conducive to competition. I mean, they're not even rational laws. They don't make rational sense. You say it's Africans, oh, we're lazy, we're not creative. But you come to the US and you make money and somehow you're creative. So who do I blame? Do I blame Africa? Do I blame myself? I blame Africa.
No, it's the country. No, the country. We don't thrive in our countries where we come from. Actually, it's the country. It's not us. Because most Africans, when they come to like advanced countries, they thrive in those societies, right?
Caesar, whatever law that passed in America, go and check. There are people who spend billions or millions of dollars in pushing that bill or whatever. In Africa, we want everything to be free. Politicians are the same all over the world. If you scratch their back, they scratch your back. It is normal. But in Africa, we want everything. No, government, these people, they don't, when you bring something idea to their table, if you scratch their back, they will, at least they will push forward.
The problem is us too. Let's be honest, because
Yeah.
when I go back home, why do I have to try to bribe people to start my own business? And it's not even somebody who's necessarily in a government institution. Let's be honest, y'all. Like, let's be all the way transparent and tell the truth. Like, even even people's family, you can't even leave money with them to build a house or something.
Where you live.
Thank you, Flex.
But guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, right? When I came to the US, hold on, guys.
Tesla and the rest. You know how much they spend in supporting politicians?
Hold on. See, when I came to the US, right, and just having my driver's license, right, man, I was surprised how I was able to have my driver's license within the span of a few minutes. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it, right? Because I think my mentality in Africa has kind of corrupted my mind, right? So I couldn't believe the new reality that I was experiencing, right?
I'm talking about laws.
Zango couldn't believe he got a driving license, yeah?
I said no, what I mean is that I couldn't believe that I had it like ease, right?
You didn't have to bribe anybody.
Nobody, man. I was shocked,
What?
right?
These
I
are
was
not
shocked.
the kind of issue I'm talking about here. About driver license and go to the local office. No, those are non-issues. Those are non-issues.
It is an issue, man. If you don't have your driver's license, like, look at the transportation industry in America, for instance. Do you know how much wealth the American government generates through the transportation industry? If you don't make it easy for people to have easy driver's licenses, how are they able to drive on those roads if there's, accidents occurring on the roads on consistent basis? Don't you think that really impedes productivity?
Zongo, do you know I had to bribe someone to get an NIN, which is like an SSN. She told me I have to give her 10,000 naira. I said I can't bribe you. Maximum 5,000. She said I'm not going to do it if you don't give me 10K. So I gave her money. She literally told me she's not going to do it if I don't give her 10K. It's supposed to be free, by the way. There you go.
You report the person.
Report her to who?
It stifles productivity. You see like something normal, but it's not really normal.
No, you
okay, Brick Wall. I know you want to come in, Brick Wall. Come on, let's do it.
You didn't report him to HR or whatever.
Good question.
Guys, like the guys on the screen, let him give his.
I don't know if this is a delay, but my audio seems to be cutting out. I mean, what's the current topic of conversation?
Bro, just come in how you want to come in, bro. We can hear you. But we're talking about Africa, hostile for business. Is it us? Is it Africa? Is English the best that can happen to us? Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, there's plenty of silence now.
Wait, can you hear us? Hello?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to talk, to speak.
I mean, I think my most important idea is trying to figure out that. Now y'all audible. I'm just like I said, I'm a little bit. My Wi-Fi is not 100%.
No, we can hear you properly, man.
From a library.
We can hear you.
Oh, you in the library? Oh, okay, I get it. Oh, okay. Is it like a college library or maybe like the community library?
No, okay, no. My point. Yeah, my point. One of my talking points is just being able to. I mean, it's a public library. I mean, yeah, I prefer college libraries too, man. But I'm not in college right now. I graduated a while ago.
Oh, okay. So we can hear you clearly. Just go ahead and give your viewpoint.
No, I think my biggest talking point was just being able to afford to finance a certain building in any African country. But I mean, business is business anywhere.
Right. Right. What you
Is it affordable buildings or
You mean like building?
apartments
What kind of
or
project? What kind of project are
Yeah,
you
the
referring?
idea of content creation is a very good one, and then we youngsters have the ability to afford that now. But yeah,
Okay, so you're looking
no,
to
no,
set up
we
like a
we need
housing.
real business. Content creator is hold. We need real business, physical business.
Bro, where are you from? B-Wall, where you from?
People, can you hear us?
B-Wall is hilarious.
I think let's move on until we get back.
I mean, it's always, I'm from America, but
No, I mean like originally.
yes,
Originally, where?
yes, I am hilarious.
I feel like originally, where are you from? I mean, your parents.
I'm from Nigeria, bro.
Oh, from Nigeria. Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
I mean, there's plenty of different. I'm from Delta State.
Oh
okay.
Delta
shit.
State.
Wait, where in Delta's north or south?
Man, it's middle belt, man. Come on, stop it, Caesar.
No, bro, I'm trying to know. Yo, are you Igbo?
I wouldn't be able to figure that out, but it's a matter of just being in that region, bro.
You say you're Delta State. Are you Igbo? Are you a Delta Igbo?
Nah, I'm clearly a Yoruba, but I know a few Igbo people, but
Oh, you're Yoruba.
I would have to confirm that with Google Maps one day, man.
Oh, okay. You don't even know. Okay, it's cool.
Caesar, see the way Caesar back down.
Yes, sir.
It's not Igbo.
No, I have
Yes,
no.
Mr.
Man,
Caesar.
I'm not like y'all. I'm not. Y'all don't know nothing about me, man.
Yeah, Caesar is not a Igbo supremacist. We just trolling him, man. We just trolling him, man.
Y'all, do you know that I'm not even like my mom's from a different tribe. You know, I'm not even Igbo like you guys think.
Caesar is the unity of the South.
I'm the unity of the South, Igbo and Yoruba.
What about Flexed Up? Flexed Up, where are you from? Flexed Up?
I'm a Fulani from Senegal and Guinea.
Oh, from Senegal and Guinea. Oh, okay.
I mean, tribalism is a real thing anywhere, bro, but I'm not an expert on that. So.
Oh, Flexed Up, where do you stay? Where do you stay? In the U.S.
That's that.
Yeah, yo, where's your zip code, B-Wall? It's like, no,
Flexed Up, you sound more like, FBA.
That was directed to one of y'all without the face cam.
I grew up in America. Me, Caesar, Brick
Are
Wall.
you ready to hear it? You want to hear my zip code?
Nah, bro, don't do that. They got some crazies on here, bro.
Yeah, it just sound like
wants to hear my zip code.
There's some real.
Don't dox yourself. Yeah, don't dox yourself.
I'm gonna give you accurate information. You can find me online, bro.
Someone here called someone's job on one of these streams. Like,
no, that's not doxing, bro. If you're never gonna be able to confirm it, bro, it's not doxing.
He got plenty identities. He's Nigerian.
Yeah, he's Nigerian, man. Let's just stick to he's Nigerian.
I got
that's
to
all.
my hacker anyway.
Yeah, he's a Delta Nigerian, Delta State.
Man, Caesar, man, come
One day he's from Seattle, the next day he's from Chicago.
I guess it's
man. Caesar, in this contemporary age, just tribal identities, it doesn't work, man.
No, Zongo, here's the problem. Like, the reason why I lean into my tribe is because you can't operate in Africa unless you have a tribe, sadly. That's just how it is. Africa's too tribal. It's just too tribal.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The problem is we haven't made enough of something to buy in to where people can just kind of fall back from that point.
Exactly.
Caesar, I don't believe in tribe. You know why? None of my tribe has ever helped me.
Y'all act like you're just born and you get a free check from your tribe or something.
Always
like
whoever said that, I love you. I don't know who you are, but I love you.
Nah, bro, I love my tribe. I'm not gonna lie, I love my tribe.
I
Like,
love my tribe, but it doesn't
Your
mean they
Igbo
have
tribe.
done anything.
I love Igbo tribe very
But
much.
do you guys just notice something? You just like a guy just say it's Fulani. It's from what state did you? What country did you say you were from? The Fulani.
Senegal and Guinea.
Yeah.
Look
Flex
at that, Guinea, and then another one just says from Delta State, but he speaks Yoruba. At the end of the day, like
Guess what? All the countries dusty.
Exactly.
All of them are dusty.
We are dusty.
We are probably dusty.
Yeah, Femi, you took my comment earlier personally. You know, I was just trying to have a reasoning conversation with you, but then
Zango, do you know Flex Up is more Fulani than me? Flex Up is a real Fulani.
Yeah, yeah.
Fulani, know that.
Altu is a Sierra Leonean Fulani guy. He's a supremacist too.
I'm a mixed Fulani, but Flex Up.
But Al has a deficiency though. Sometimes he's pro-African and sometimes he's a Islamist too. Like you don't know where he leans towards.
Okay. What
his allegiance is really murky.
Right. The reason why, the only time you feel like I'm more Islam side is because of the empires and the history and the days that we managed to achieve so much. That's the only side I lean on Islam, saying, okay, right, Islam might not be good for us now, but years ago, when Islam was there, we managed to achieve so much that we still cannot manage to get to even 5% of what we managed to achieve during those reigns. For example, give me one Christian empire that we built in Africa. None. With Islam, we managed to build empires that actually enable us to trade with the outside world and actually enrich and educate our population, right? But we did not manage to achieve that.
Brother Al, in the present, we can just all agree we're dusty. Now we can move from that point because everyone who's African on this panel agrees.
Yeah, exactly. We all dusty.
That's the starting point.
But no, it's not just about. Here's the thing, and that's why it's not just about saying, "Oh, we're all dusty." You have to come. That's why I say I'm more Pan-African than 99% of people. You have to lean into this African identity, which means abandoning all these foreign religions, all these foreign ideologies that you love so much. We're African. Hello. Come on.
Let's be more precise. We are Akebulan. We are Nubians.
I see what y'all saying, but this is what I want to add, right?
We are not Muslims. We are not Christians. Those are
not Jews.
We are not.
Yeah, the Igbos are the Jews, right? That's what they say.
We're not Jews. Hey, look, we're not Jews. We're not Muslims. We're not Christians.
I mean, we are not Jewish. I mean, I'm not gonna say we're not Jew. I don't know about that.
Oh
but
God!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I'm not gonna. No. You're getting me wrong. Let me know.
Oh my God! Oh my
See,
God.
we can't beat on the Muslims and then we do the whole Jew thing. You see what I'm saying?
No,
exactly.
You're not getting what
That's
I'm saying.
like
No, hold on. What I'm saying, you're not listening to me. What I'm saying is that we are the real people, okay? But we're not Jewish. We're not Christian. We're not Muslims.
Let me tell y'all something. You get some of these dusties to touch a little money, all of these things will not even be talked about. I promise you. Like I promise. I'm telling you.
Once you know the truth, you can't ignore it. Once I read Things Fall Apart, I no longer was a Christian. I know it's a fiction book, but it's based off, real life, right? Once I read them, I was like, I can't be a Christian. I know how they came to our lands and conquered us. They forced us to be their religion. How can I open my mouth and say I'm a Christian? I mean, it's just not possible.
See, and then
I stopped being a Christian. Actually, I was a Muslim, and I never even support Christianity. I just like Islam. I just start looking at stuff from a different context, like older for a minute. Like, why would I be worshiping a religion that doesn't even support me in any way or in any form? That's how I start with Islam. And then when it comes to Christianity, I'm like, why would we even want to be calling onto a white Jesus? I mean, I believe Jesus exists, but why would I want to be calling onto a white Jesus? I never.
Can I tell you the difference between Africans and Europeans in this regard?
What's the difference?
Europeans will take any idea possible and they'll make it work for them. Africans will just try to work with what they see.
What they see.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I see as the main difference. Europeans will be like, yo, wait a minute, yo, this idea, oh, it seems cool. Oh, let me mess with this and change this and do this. Oh, okay, it's mine now.
In
Africans
what context,
don't.
bro? You sound like a
Okay,
scammer, bro.
okay. You want to say Muhammad's black? I'm cool with that.
You have to have that
Muhammad is
mindset,
black.
bro.
But that's what they did for.
Y'all have to have a hacker's mindset. You're Nigerian, bro.
Okay, Muhammad is black. Are you guys gonna burn me alive? Muhammad's black now. Is that a problem?
We ain't never seen his face.
I need to survive.
Because if I open my mouth and say Muhammad's black, someone's gonna try to burn me.
Caesar, in all honesty, though,
I respect my black people, bro.
Hold on. In all honesty, if you go to northern Nigerians, we have people in northern Nigeria claiming to be the descendants of the prophet. You know.
Of course, they claim they're Arabs. That's the problem.
Yes, they do.
They claim it. If I come up there and say, "Look, guys, Muhammad's black," someone's gonna try to burn me alive.
That seems valid, right?
How can I hack?
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that in North Nigeria.
Don't go speak for Northern Ghana. You are not in Nigeria, so how did you know this? So it's like you are.
Chill off my Hausa, brother. You know they're all Hausa, so.
What do you mean? I understand them better than you. When they speak, I understand their. What you mean?
Speak for yourself.
No, he's ancestrally Nigerian. You know how some people came from.
You have Hausa in Ghana, but you don't mention them. You always mention Nigeria, and I just like.
No, his grandfather's from Kaduna, or is it Kanu, or is it Sokoto? I don't know which one.
I don't want to hear.
Great grandfather from Kasuna.
Okay. Ghanaians have this obsession with Nigeria.
No, he's a Nigerian ancestrally.
No.
I'm from Ghana. Zongo, you can be president of Nigeria. If you can talk to your brothers, de-radicalize them, I'll vote for you.
I mean, what is his name? Nigerian first, man. Nigeria, you have issues with me, man. You wanna clear that with me? Clear that with me, man. Let's.
Okay. Let me ask. Why
ahead.
is this? See, when Nigerians are doing things, they don't look back and check who is behind them.
I don't think Caesar like that.
That they should as in extend a hand of friendship to that person. No, they focus on what they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Ghanaians fail in anything, they will always blame Nigeria.
Can you give an example?
Nigerians.
Can you give an example? Can you give an example?
Oh, come on, don't say that.
Okay. In entertainment, for example.
Mm-hmm.
When their stars are not doing well, Nigerians are not supporting us. Nigerians are not supporting us. And if you look at the Nigerian artists, they are doing their best to support these guys, but still, they don't take opportunity. Okay, for example, Shatta Wale dropped an album with Beyonce. The guy is supposed to key into that momentum and drop something and sustain and go on the water or something. But he just stayed behind the Ghana there and does nothing with that opportunity. But you see Burna Boy grab ease and move forward. So that's don't blame Nigeria for such failure. You blame.
So what does that have to do with me?
Because this is what I'm saying.
Am I in the entertainment industry?
Anytime Nigerian names are,
but am I in the entertainment industry?
Hold on.
Let him finish his point.
When it comes to you, it's always negative.
Let him finish his
yes,
point.
we have our shortcomings, but we are not.
Let him finish his point.
Yeah, but am I in the entertainment industry? Because a lot of times, see, and that's why, like, even Kidola has asked me the same question too. A lot of times when you watch media, you tend to, like, receive what the media sends to you, right? And you have to understand, Africans, we are. Hold on. Let me say something. As Africans, or like either from Ghana or Nigeria, we are people from different classes and group, right? There are Nigerian businesses in Ghana. Nigerians of a high class, they have UBA Bank, they have GT Bank, Dangote businesses over there in Ghana. I mean, there are Nigerian businesses thriving in Ghana, and nobody have issues with that. But then when you have a section of Nigerians having issues with Ghanaians,
then you just live with money coming in, but you have issues with the problem. That's the problem people have about Ghana. You don't have the problem. You invite African Americans to come in, but then you scam them.
No, let's tackle one problem at a time. So I think you kind of like mixing everything up. If people within the entertainment industry are having issues while they are thriving, maybe they see Nigerians as their mere competitors. I mean, what is the problem with that? But it's just the people within the entertainment industry, right? So it's not all Ghanaians do not subscribe to that.
Okay, Django, I'm going to
Okay. For
respond because
instance,
after
the girl, I
UFC, I'll
think
come
the
on.
girl
Sorry.
that won a competition recently, is it for singing or something? A lot of Ghanaians were on Twitter complaining that Nigeria didn't talk about it in their local media. I was like, what? Most
Yeah, but I mean, see,
If you read the
Nigerian
Twitter,
first,
people have
Nigerian
to
first, man.
speak about it.
Look at these Africans talking about entertainment.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
see
I
the
know the
problem,
thing,
right?
innit?
So, like,
Y'all living
I
up to
mean,
the stereotype.
Django,
you see
stop,
exactly
stop.
right.
Let me
So,
just say one thing to Django.
if
Stop, stop, yeah. Django, the reason why I have problem with
It's
Ghana,
an industry.
it's
It's
not
an
because
industry. I
I don't
mean,
like.
my talking points are limited and muted, but hey, I'm listening to conversation. It's always
Okay,
good
go
to
ahead,
listen.
I'm
yeah.
trolling. I'm trolling.
Okay. So what happened is Ghana,
Mhm.
tend to come across as a country that want the money, but you don't want the people that comes with the money. You understand? So that's the impression they give out
Like who? Like the
to
African
the
Americans? Is that you?
like
Is that what
African
you?
Americans, like West Africans, that
Oh,
go
oh,
there
oh,
and
oh,
stuff like
well,
that.
first of all, see,
Okay,
man, I'm from Ghana, right? But even in
okay,
Ghana, I don't come from the popular ethnic group, right? I might be
okay.
considered an immigrant even in Ghana, but I'm a proud Ghanaian, by the way, right?
I know
So
that. Yeah.
you just don't, label anybody that have issues with African Americans or even Nigerians as though like they are part of those group. Why would you
Right.
want to do that? Because I expect this channel to be more reasonable, right?
Okay.
The panel is more reasonable than the regular Nigerian that we see on the streets. Because I wouldn't even entertain this kind of conversation with an average
Of course.
Nigerian, right? Because if I
Right.
see you and you start having a conversation about entertainment with me, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to listen to you, man. I have no time with you. Because even an
Right.
example of like this, the tonaton that you have, right? Man,
Okay.
I wasn't even paying attention to that because it's of no importance to me.
Wait, Zongo,
Right.
Thank
can I come
you.
in? That's a good point.
Same thing
I've
with
noticed.
Nigeria. That's not
Wait,
an issue to us. We mind our business and we are facing a lot of
Okay,
issues in the country. We don't have to come back and say, you don't have to support us all the time. We don't have to support you all the time. People have other
Yeah.
things to do.
well, Zongo, one thing I'll say about the whole Ghana Nigeria thing, I've noticed is that like sometimes like someone will have a bad like I've met Ghanaians, it's Ghanaians, right? I've met Ghanaians that have bad experience with Nigerians, and the first time I meet them, they have this weird energy, and I'm like, bruh, chill out. I'm not the Nigerian who said that shit to you. I'm my own person. So I think it's the other way around. I don't like we have to just start dealing with each other as individuals because like
Right.
I don't
Right.
even think it makes sense. I think that's where a lot of the smoke comes from. Because I got a lot of smoke from someone from Ghana. And I'm like, bro, I'm not the Nigerians that bullied you in high school. You gotta leave me alone, bro.
Caesar, that's the problem with Africans. We take
yeah, I'm sorry.
generalized opinions and
Yeah, I
and
kind of
and
missed that.
project it.
I kind of went out a little
I
bit.
internalize.
Yeah, exactly. Like you get what I'm saying? Like you guys, you meet and like I mean, all Ghanaians are not the same. All Nigerians are not the same, right? Even when
Yeah,
I was
but
in
they
Cyprus,
do
the
they do
Nigerians that
come
I
across
met are
they do
different
come
kind of
across with
Nigerians,
popular
right?
behavior. They do come across with popular behavior. They become
Oh,
hostile to people of a group just like that. I where my barbershop where I go, right? The Ghanaians that comes there, he was cool with me until he realized I'm a Fulani from Sierra Leone, and then I can see his whole attitude change, right? And then
yeah, but what tribe does he come from, though?
but I don't. To be honest, it doesn't bother me because at the end of the day, I don't ever need
Yeah,
Ghana
but
or need
Ghanaians are
Ghanaians
not.
for anything.
We also
They
like
know my.
tribal.
They've never been. Something I would consider as anything. To be honest,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you have.
Ghanaians are very, very tribal. Ghanaians always like to speak their own
they're
language.
they feel
Really?
isolated. I think
Yeah,
they
Ghanaians
isolate
love
themselves.
speaking Tree.
I thought they all speak Cree though. I thought that's all their language.
No, no,
No,
no,
no, no,
not
no,
all
no.
Ghanaians speak Tree. The
Uh
No,
majority of
oh.
Ghanaians speak
I
Tree.
think they.
Afroscope
I
who
think
came who Afroscope who came on the platform, he's from the Volta region. They speak Ever. Even their language has close similarity with the Ever people in Togo and Benin.
Togo, yeah.
Yeah,
yes. I think
Ever people. Yeah,
I think they feel isolated towards the other West Africans a little
yeah.
bit.
And they you have like even
That's my
the
impression.
northern Ghanaians are not even account people. They have a different mindset. But a lot of the
Yes.
times, people in northern, if you study like people in northern, because when uh, the colonial masters came, right? They tend to like civilize the people from the coastal areas. So a lot of the Ghanaians that travel are people from the majority group. Like in Nigeria, it's mostly the Yoruba, distant, right? Yoruba, Igbo people, right? In Ghana, it's mostly the Akan people that travel a lot. So if
Right.
you've never met Ghanaians from other tribal group or the Gan people, you would think everybody's just some hating ass Ghanaian. All of them are not like that.
But Zango, the sad fact is, they've always been in our countries and begging, and actually we've been helping those people.
And the
all
thing,
of a
and when you
sudden,
say Nigerians too, let me clarify. Right? When you say see, Northern Nigerians, when they come to Ghana, they assimilate in Ghana far more easily than the other Nigerians. If I can be honest with you, because
that's a
they
surprise.
they are Hausa Muslims, and they come to the Zongo communities in Ghana. We speak Hausa too, right? It's easy, man. They never have issues.
Okay.
But the other tribes that are noticeable are mostly like maybe the Igbo. Even in Zongo, they have Yoruba people, Ghanaians. They are far stripped off from the culture, right? Not even Yoruba, even in Burkina Faso. Zongo community is a community of migrants in Ghana. So if Ghana hate other people, how come Zongo community
No,
entertain a
listen,
lot of like
listen.
migrants from?
I'm not saying that you guys hate other.
Zango, I listen, Zango.
What
I've
I'm
seen
saying is
program
that
where they
when
discriminate on
there's
Hausa
sometimes
in
I
Ghana.
see,
I've seen program where houses are
okay,
being
may I allow,
discriminated on in Ghana.
let
That's
me
not
allow you
true.
to complete.
What'd you say? Say it again. What you say?
I've seen program where houses are complaining of discrimination in
Like,
Ghana.
they playing so
That's
Oh
not
yeah,
smart,
true.
man. These are high schools, really.
yeah. I'm saying yeah,
High
I've seen
they
it.
are minorities, right? I mean, we don't have
Yeah, I've
access
seen
to
it.
equal opportunities, but it's prevalent in all societies,
Yeah,
including Nigeria too. Minorities are always like marginalized in
yeah,
terms of access to opportunities, right?
yeah. So that's not
That's why
good.
when I
That's
see
not
you
good.
guys Pan Africans speaking highly of African countries, I'm like the fuck, like go where to do what? No, you want me to go back and be a minority? There's no freaking way.
I got
I'm
you. I got
wondering,
you. I
though.
got you. No, I
Zongo,
understand where you're coming from. I got
Zongo,
you.
Yeah.
Zongo. Let me tell you why your music industry is not growing. See, like in Nigeria, if you look the people that came into became popular at the same time with Sarkodie and Chatawale, you no longer hear of any of them in Nigeria. You know why? They have taken the back seat and allowed the new generation to take over. But what I see in Ghana is that they have good talent like Black Sheriff, Kidi, Kwame Eugene, Camido. These guys, they don't promote these guys at all. King Promise, they just put them behind. They always talk about Sarkodie, Stoneboy, and that is the three older ones. And they are not that their music are not that catchy to me. I rather listen to the
Oh,
younger
hold
generation.
on. I'll be back shortly. Hold on. Just go ahead. I'll be back shortly.
So what I'm
African
trying to
millennial.
say is that
Talk about Ghana.
I'll be back shortly.
promote the younger generation so that the music industry can grow instead of holding on to the older generation. Their time has passed. Let them relax.
Nah, you're being too nice. Nigerian first, you're being too nice, man. It's just a simple fact. Ghanaian music is not creative. Remember when they were doing, what was that thing? Drill music? Yeah, they were doing drill music. They're trying to do R&B. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. They abandoned high life. I understand that Zonto is not popular anymore, so they had to stop doing that. But they just abandoned their own music, and now they're trying to copy other people. So,
Very true.
but the
Very
thing is
true.
that they're not copying Nigerians like business, like they, you know how Nigerians promote and they invest into their own music.
Yeah.
Ghanaians don't invest into their own music, but they want similar results. So
Thank you very much.
there's nobody else to blame for that,
Right,
seriously,
right. I
at
think you
all.
made a great point.
But wait, I think we're
Yeah.
being too hard. I'm a really big fan of Ghana. I think people are being too harsh. Ghana's a small
All right, go on, tap dance.
Ghana has how many million people? 30 million people. And for them to even be thinking about trying to compete with Nigeria in music world is crazy. That's like, why don't we ask, why isn't Haiti the number one music country in the world? I mean, Jamaica does a good job for an island, but not everyone's like Jamaica. So Ghana's trying its best. In
No,
Nigeria,
listen.
somebody can sing in just Igbo or Yoruba and have a bigger song than someone who sings in
No,
English in Ghana. It's just a numbers game. So
okay.
I don't really
No, no,
blame Ghana. I think
no,
they're trying their best for what they
no.
have.
It's not a number game.
It
For
is a numbers
instance,
game.
Am I
hold on.
audible?
Yeah, you're audible, bro.
This year, Kick Promise Terminator. That's a good music. That's a
Yeah,
good song.
that's just one song. We have a million
No,
Nigerian
no.
songs
See,
like that.
if you produce, that's a well-produced song.
Silence going on, man.
You understand me?
No, I hear what you're saying, but I just don't think they can compete. We're in the same niche. They can't
No,
compete.
both are true, man. I think that Ghana's probably leaning to American, like they're trying to trend ride, like just figure out, you know, the
They
next
can as
trend
well
hop, I
use
guess.
Nigeria
And then also
producer.
their market isn't as big as Nigeria's.
They can use Nigeria
But they
producer.
speak English, so that helps.
Thank you. They speak English.
But we're leaning off English. The top songs have a mixture of Yoruba and other languages.
They
It's not
can
even
use
full
it.
English.
They can use it.
The top Afrobeat songs, you know, when it comes to Ghana music, I hate to be rude, but I'm like, where's the African? And then I hear once you add some Igbo in the song, some Yoruba, some Edo, then I'm hearing the African music. So it's like, maybe they can start speaking Twi, but I don't know any Twi, so I don't know. They got to work on it.
At least they add English to it.
Yeah, but English, sometimes it sounds too English.
Have
The
you
song.
listened to, hold on, Caesar, have you listened to Terminator by King
Yeah, it's
Kong?
good, but you know, when you
What
hear,
about Sugar Cane by Camido? Another good song.
but when you hear, you know, Charlie Poppy. Hey, when you listen to his music, Ghana, you can't. Come on,
Yes.
you need to have that hybrid.
But let me
Yeah,
tell you
but
something.
in all honesty though, in all honesty though, I get what you're saying, right? I'm just chiming in right now, right? I think, see, you gotta understand, like the media in Ghana, a lot of like the media houses, they kind of like, they like attention, so they kind of use stuff like that to kind of like, Ghana people's. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just attention. You get what I'm saying? Like
they use us to train. Oh, I get it.
exactly. So like, don't take it personal, because a lot of the I mean, the video, they come and perform over there. They come to like the radio platform over there. If they have that animosity today, why do they entertain them? Why do they promote their songs in Ghana too, right? Because Ghanaians listen to Nigerian music, right? If they have that animosity, the best thing they can do is just prevent them at all, right? It's that easy for them to do that, right? But controversy sells. You get what I'm saying? Staring people's emotions. That's what a lot of them do. But
If you
as far
look
as like,
if you look at many gatekeepers in Nigeria, they will open up and tell you that Ghana is the originator of Afrobeat. They will say it. They are not afraid to say that. But you see, Ghanaians like to just own everything. You look at Amapiano, for example.
but it's just
Nigeria
music
just
though.
heard it. They copy. You guys should also copy. Look at this guy in Tanzania. He's doing great in Tanzania. Diamond Plantanium. He copied Nigerian music 100%.
And Nigeria.
Nigeria first. Like if I was still in high school, I'll be able to have this kind of conversation with you. But I mean, I'm 30 years now, man.
But yeah,
I mean, Sarkodie is making his money. He's making all the endorsement deals. Why should I be worrying about that? I want to make my freaking money
Because
in the
every
state
day
too.
online, what I see online is crazy. It's like, what is this? At least we don't sit down and just think about other people. We focus on our own problem, but we have a lot of
Yeah, but I see that it's just like the gatekeepers, the media houses just playing with people's emotions. But in all actuality, right? If there's like entertainers in Ghana, like if they have like good deals, like maybe Sony deal like these Nigerian artists have, this would even be a conversation, right? Let's not like people like let's speak about America for instance, like Sexy Red, that she really sings good music, but when you go to the club all the times they play her music, man, you like the vibe, right? Because promotion is going on. It's about money. Like all these people in the media houses, they know that, right? So
promotion.
An average person in Ghana doesn't understand this, right? So like, don't let it. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't. Yeah, you're dealing with a different kind of Ghanaian. Like, don't. Yeah, man, I don't dwell in this kind of conversation.
Enough of the Ghana now.
What?
I said enough of the Ghana now. I think I'm glad enough.
Yeah, enough. Let's.
Yeah, man. Entertainment, they sell the culture, which is a good thing, right? But it's just an aspect of the economy in most African countries, right? Because a lot of times we speak about Nigeria is going global. If you look deep details, it's American machinery that is still promoting these cultures, right?
You are right.
I mean,
Yeah.
Davido is like literally his uncle's like a governor. His godfather is Dan Cote. I mean, it's crazy. These musicians are not just regular people, bro.
Exactly. And see that like even most of like these artists like Burna Boy, like they are signed by American record labels. American companies are still making huge chunk of this money. Like, so I don't know why.
It's like it's like if Bill Gates' daughter became a pop star. It's crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, even here in the US, we hear like, I mean, this artist making huge sums of money, but at the end of the day, it's still the record labels making the money.
Yeah,
It's no
man.
different from like, we just
industry,
wanted the attention, we got it, but the money, are we really making the money? I don't really think so, right? So
No.
Yo, shout out Ghana. The women from Ghana are so beautiful, man. Shout out Ghana, man.
Yeah, the women have.
Thank you.
Our life
Senegal got better women.
like
oh, African millennials from Ghana. Where you from, African millennial? Where you from? Which tribe are you from? Just let them know. Maybe a lot of people think.
I'm Ga,
Oh,
and
she's
I'm also Akan.
okay. She's a mixture of Akana.
Wow.
Akana from where? Like Kriapim, Tree, or Fanti?
Tree.
Oh, the Santi people from Kumasi, right? So it's a mixture. She's a mixture of different tribes, right? So Ghanaians, they are not a homogenous society as a lot of people from the outside perceive it to be, right? They are
Yo,
different.
she even sounds like she's from Ghana. Like she sounds like a chick from Ghana I used to know, man.
Oh, for real?
Nice joke. Nice joke.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
But I mean,
Yo,
but
Millennial, are you from the DMV? Millennial, are you from the DMV?
I'm not from America.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not in America. I mean.
you in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Canadians have American accent too. Like you can't really tell the difference, right? I
Right.
can't. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's not like Nigerian. Like if you watch a lot of like this media on YouTube, man, you're gonna be staring your emotions, right? This media platform,
No, because I'm
they
on
getting a lot of
Twitter.
attention.
Sometimes I see like they will pop up on my this thing,
Yeah,
my,
yeah. But even that's what Kaizo does, right? I mean, he has to create controversy to attract a lot of people. Even when Hammer came right now, that's what he did, right? He stirs a lot of people's emotions, right?
Guys, we just want
That's what a
to
lot of people do, right? Because even when I came on this platform and I was hearing like a lot of people using IQ loosely, I didn't get it, right? I'm like, why are people using this kind of words? But then over time, I'm like, oh, that's like,
oh, you understand?
yeah. But for over time, I understood like, oh, just like it's like a slang term on this platform. Like everybody uses it loosely. If somebody
That's
don't
because
get
you got-
someone, you have low
That's because you
IQ.
got those dusty East Africans coming to West Africa. That's why the dusty East Africans coming to the West.
Hey,
Ah,
but you
it-
guys,
it
where
sounds
were
like
you? Where were you guys? Where were
Huh?
you guys when they were making fun of West Africans? I got so mad, man.
You know, Kaizo has very limited knowledge of, West Africa. His West African
Yes.
IQ is pretty low. It's
I
okay,
think
brother.
he like West Africa. He really wants to be West Africa, but he's trying to
We're
find-
dusty, but please be very exact. Be precise with our dust. That's all.
Can
all we
someone tell like can someone tell the Delta State guy to like mute his mic because it's kind of hearing. You guys like
Yeah.
are you guys having? Yeah, it's better. Is it better
Yeah.
now?
Yo, do you see
Sounds
brick
like he's
walls
in
in the
Africa.
back of dude's head on the computer?
He's probably in Africa, man. Like that sounds. He's probably a Yahoo boy.
That bald
That's
spot
the
is
Yahoo boy
crazy.
office, bro. That's
Oh.
a Yahoo boy office.
That's a
Yahoo
lie, man.
boy.
He says it's in New York City, right?
It looked like Carl Winslow in the back.
Damn.
But African millennial, right? If we really are interested in going like like we want like our countries to be competitive, we should be open to criticism against our own countries, right? Why are you taking it personal? Like
Because let me just say like this. If somebody is West African and they criticize West Africa, I feel more comfortable. But if they're from a different region, saying their region is better than another region, I don't like that because at the end of the day, we're all Africans.
Mostly
So
when
it's
they are
like,
not
why are you
working.
comparing one African country to
No, but what
another?
Kaiser doesn't understand is
It's like-
doesn't understand. Everything in West Africa is owned by West Africans. Most things in East Africa is owned by the Indians. That's what he
Damn.
doesn't understand.
Damn.
So he cannot
West Africa is owned by the French. This guy is confused.
Oh no. East Coast, West Coast rivalry.
Yeah,
we don't want to start. Like, I mean, none of us are really making money from our own. Like,
own the East, and West Africa, we own ours, Kaiser. And
yeah, we
Kaiser
don't
want
want
to
to
run
delve
away
into
from
this
that.
kind of argument, man. Like, stop it, man.
Yeah, we want to come to the West. No, we're not arguing.
No, you can delve into the conversation, but you got to bring data too, though.
Wait,
Like, I
hang on.
want it to be accurate if it is true or
We
not.
can't even.
But in all honesty,
Let me say, guys,
just a group of people wouldn't be able to make a country thrive. America itself is not thriving just because of white Americans. There are other groups from other nations helping Americans to thrive.
Facts.
So why are you guys acting like just your country alone?
Wait, Zongo, let me ask you a question. Zongo, let me ask you a question. Should African countries, should they adopt a slavery model to have an underclass so that they can go ahead too? Because let's just be honest here.
We already have
America
that.
got ahead. So should we just copy America, get slaves from a different country and then develop the African country?
Wait, did you guys get the African?
Dubai? You want a Dubai system?
That's not what I mean.
Yeah. No,
that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean when
There's
I'm
too many of us.
If we get the slaves from North Africa, I support it 100%.
That's not what I mean. I mean by like Silicon Valley, right? Even some of these American greatest minds, some of them are from other countries, right? I mean, people who invented like electricity or something like that, right? They came from somewhere, right? So I mean, America is gonna accept you once you have the knowledge. Why would they be against you if you're gonna contribute to the society? Even here in the U.S., if you contribute to some aspect to the American economy, they're gonna make you a permanent
resident.
What is it? A permanent residence. Like, why are you guys like acting like American?
Let me give shout out to this stream sponsors. We got Marie Shai. I believe she's Black American with a bit of Sri Lankan. The Sri Lankan side is probably keeping your high IQ. Thank you very much for the $5. Then we got the Ghanaian brother over here for $20. Shout out to the Ghanaians. Ghanaians are just envious of Nigeria's success. Many of us don't even support our own artists. Many of our global artists get more streams from Nigerians, but they'll come online and say Nigerians don't support them. Okay. I see where you're coming from. Yeah, that's true. As Ghanaians, we need to do better.
I mean, if Shatta Wale does that, Shatta Wale thrives on controversy, man. I mean, he has to do that to be relevant. I mean, why? I mean, Kaiser does it the same thing on this platform, right? So, like, because if you don't do that, nobody listen to the stream. Positivity doesn't really work, right? I mean, so if you understand Shatta Wale, you know, like, this guy, nobody takes him seriously, right? I wouldn't take him seriously because that's what he thrives on, right? I mean, he need controversy, right?
Wait, Zongo, what you were saying about America taking in people don't realize that America basically had open borders for most of its history. It wasn't until it started getting immigrants that weren't white that it started like making rules and stuff. You just come to New York City, they make sure you don't have like fucking the plague, and then they let you in, And that's why actually, if I have to invest in any country, I pick Kenya, I pick Nairobi, because they're following that model.
Yeah, I'm a typical example, right? So like I told you guys, right? I don't come from like big class in Ghana or something like that. So I knew my only way to succeed is just by way of education, right? So I came to the US by just through college, right? And from college I just had a job, and then now I'm on H-1B right now, right? Woo! So like, if you don't like this, what else do you like? I mean, a lot of you guys. I mean, I was in a Muslim majority country, Turkey. Right? They don't have a system like that for even non-Turkish citizens. It doesn't work like that.
I thought you were Muslim. What do you mean? I thought all Muslims it would be a perfect society as long as.
Oh man, don't buy. Yeah, I'll lives in the UK. He's satisfied. He has his money. He's living in a good accommodation. So he comes on this platform to speak gibberish. It doesn't exist in the real world.
Zongo, no one like poor people who complain a lot. So this year,
security. I got a question for you guys. Yeah, how come Africans, West Africans specifically, you guys are killing music, right? You and South Africa, East Africa. I'll be honest, right? No one wants to listen to our music, but West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and then South Africa, you guys are killing it. Here's a question though: how come there's no West African distribution? Music, how come there's no West African title again that people actually use? right? How come there's no Spotify that's from West Africa? You guys control the whole chain of production all the way up to distribution. How come that don't exist?
There's
Like
one.
again, one that
There's
people
one,
use. Right?
Boomplay.
Yeah, because the money actually comes from the West. Like, in all honesty, right? A lot of African diasporans are the ones, providing resources to this African artists, right? Most of like these global African artists, like Burna Boy or something like that, they look like Africans in the US, in the UK, and they know like they have a lot of audience, right? So why not?
Yeah.
We still,
hang on. That sounds like an excuse, right? How like TikTok, for example?
That's a Chinese. Boomplay was set up in Lagos. Yeah.
Boomplay.
Yeah.
Man, that sounds like a Ooga Booga name. No one's gonna click on that. Like, can you at least have a good name?
You don't. This is the first time you are hearing of Boomplay.
Yeah,
I've heard of Boomplay, but I don't use it, right? Because if you download it, there's too much ad. I'm like, nah, man, ain't nobody want to use it. I want to use like, I want to use my iPhone to do. I live in the US, man. I'm not using no African Dusty app, man. So but I mean, Kaizo, I'm not trying to make an excuse.
Listen, a lot of people are using it. They have, I think, a 95 million active user.
Yeah, but the money comes from the West, though. Like, that's what I'm saying, Kaizo. I mean, the diasporans are the ones giving these artists money. Honesty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the diaspora.
Why African artists trying to go global? Why? Because if they stay in their countries,
with the diaspora, it's already gonna automatically go global.
Yeah,
exactly,
Just
right?
diasporans alone, but we're looking for that platform, that larger platform to reach other people.
So Africans in the US, how many African immigrants are in the US? How many? How many are we in the US? African immigrants? Are we close to 1 million or 2 or
I
something?
think they're like 10% of the black population, maybe just under. I need to check. I need to look it up.
2 million? Is it like
3
million? Like, just imagine, like, just even just 20% of the population plays your music, right? And then you have UK, Europe. Man, they're gonna make a lot of money.
Okay, so Zongo, you're right, but here's the thing, right? How come the diasporans don't own these companies, right? You see, you just kind of sidestepped a little bit. How come it's not Nigerians and Ghanaians who own a company in America that distributes the music? That's the point. How come it's still relying on Sony, Tidal, these are Mzungu companies, Spotify, YouTube, music, all of these like distribution networks, they're all Mzungus. How come?
And we can't just be
The one
entertainers.
signed to is owned by Palestinian America. He's the owner of
We cannot just be
Empire.
entertainers for the rest of the world.
Yeah, but Empire is an American company, right? So
Yeah,
We
owned
need to
by
stop
Palestinian
entertaining
America.
and get entertained. That's my take. We need to stop entertaining people for the first time and start building real industry.
exactly, right.
Of course, I
I
agree.
I have no response to that, Kaiser, man. In all honesty, I have no response to that. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of us just want
I
attention,
agree.
right? We don't want to, build.
Let me ask you a question. Does
real
anybody on
info-
the panel support any African companies?
Yeah, I support my
Yes,
own
of
African
course I
company.
do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
which African companies are being supported by the panel?
right here in the US or in
I
Africa?
live in Kenya. I
I'm
buy
talking about
everything black.
wherever you are you supporting an African company?
Yeah,
Yes,
Are
I
you
do
buying
everything. I
from
buy.
I mean, as I
I
So
buy
if
from
Kaizo's in
Africans.
Kenya, he's
I eat
supporting.
from
What about
Africans.
everybody in the diaspora? Because you were asking about the diaspora. So people that live in the West, are you supporting any African companies or any companies from your nation or other
me.
diasporans companies?
Oh yeah, here like a lot. I mean, a lot of the time I still do like some of my local dishes. I buy from African businesses on Amazon, right? So I do buy when it comes to food stuff, right? I buy from. Yeah, but I mean, you don't want to be too much pro-African in the Western society, right? Because not
Zongo,
all
you
of
can't critique and then say, hey man, like,
Yeah.
you just said the diaspora isn't doing these things. So that's
But
where I think that's where
Zongo, you can
it's like
also buy
individual responsibility to some
you
degree.
can also buy local
Right,
stock
right.
in your stock exchange. Like me now, I have a stock in Dangote, and
Why,
Man,
man?
don't be man,
You don't lose
Nigerian
all your
friends,
money.
like don't be blind, man. Don't you can make money
Exactly.
from different sources and channel it back
Yeah.
to your
Well, why
nation,
are you
right?
investing in Nigeria, man? You're gonna lose all your money in like 2 weeks.
No.
Yeah, yeah. You don't be
That's the
you
thing.
don't want to be
Because
blind
Ah,
nationalist, right?
listen,
so
Nigeria lost like
Keizo,
400 naira in one day.
hold on,
no, but
Keizo.
that's the
This
thing with
year,
response,
this last year, let's say this year, Nigeria Stock Exchange grew by 46%. So a lot of
Yeah,
people made
the stock
money.
exchange grow, but what happened to the naira, right? So you put your money in naira in Dangote
42
Group,
years,
and
it
then
was
one day when the
devalued.
Nigerian central
It
bank
was
starts doing stuff, you
devalued.
lose. Remember
It was
exactly. See,
it was
go ahead.
devalued. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly, it was devalued. So that means you have lost 100% of your
No,
investment in just
I
one
didn't
day.
lost 100% at all.
So basically, the pain point that y'all are pointing out is, largely money
I
devaluation.
invest
It's
my
not
money in
necessarily
naira.
like
I
the
also
growth of the
make
company.
profit in naira. So
No, it's like, for example, like if there's like African companies that allow you to buy stocks in dollars, and then I'll do it, right? And if there's securities as well, like how in the UK, let's say my bank, one of my banks is Barclays. If I'm banking with Barclays, if I lost, let's say someone stole up to $8,000, it's covered in the insurance, right? There's real securities that's protected by the government, by the FCC, whatever it is called, financial regulatory system in the UK. In Africa, there's no such thing.
Authority.
Exactly, Financial Conduct Authority. In Africa, there's no such thing unless you're like some millionaire and your money's in some weird little security box or something, right? So I wouldn't really invest in African banks, to be honest.
Do you support dollarization of African economies?
Why? Because it's not
That's
safe.
the only way forward, Flexed Up, man. And unless it
That's
comes
what you
to
think,
solution.
really?
It's not safe or what?
No, Flexed Up. You niggas is living in the white man's bosom right now, enjoying it, eating good. I'm out here struggling in Africa, and you guys are trying to cook me for saying the truth.
Yeah, in fact,
Kenya's
Kaizo
pretty
is
nice though,
fine.
Kaizo.
Yeah, but an average African doesn't know this, right? I mean, if I wasn't exposed to the West, I'll probably be, blind Pan African. I mean, even the idea of Pan Africanism, it doesn't exist on the continent, right?
It doesn't.
I was exposed to that online. Actually, it was, in fact, my Pan Africanism came to light through like this pro FBAs. They are more Pan Africans than anybody.
No, not
The
FBA.
FBA.
That's the Pan African Americans or the Pan African.
No, that's not
not the FBA. The FBA is
Pan-Africanist.
not
I'm
Pan
looking.
African.
No, I'm just using FBA as just
Because
to
if you look
refer.
at it, Nigeria is practicing Pan Africa. We have businesses in Ghana. Our country, that is the true Pan Africanism.
No, I mean, no. What I mean,
that's not
You
what
mean
we
in the
want.
masses, in the population?
no, what I mean is that when you go online, right, like there's like the conscious movement by Black Americans, like
No, we don't need that kind of
Yeah, because they romanticize.
No, but I
a
learned a
place
lot
that
about
they never
African
been
culture
to.
through them. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. About African history, it was through them that I learned. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And that's unfortunate. Africans need to do better with that. That's very unfortunate.
Man, I wasn't taught that when I was in Ghana. I wasn't taught that.
Exactly. The history side of it. That's what
not
attracts me to
what they call it,
to do with the history.
Wakanda
And I think it's very interesting.
Yes, we don't want that.
I learned a lot from Black Americans and the Caribbeans through the through Pan Africanism, through the history side
What
of it.
have you done with what
And
you
you can't
learned?
take that from them.
Yeah, it was like through them that I heard about, this like a famous like Black American historian. What is his name? Like what is his name? Oh, he's a very profound intellectual.
Another country that practices Pan-Africanism is South Africa. I respect them for that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, FBAs. I mean, this Pan African FBAs, they are more like, expressive, right?
As talk and no action.
Man, are you guys mean to tell me if you go like to Nigeria or maybe Ghana, an average citizen over there will be holding Pan African conversation just like we're doing right now? No freaking way. No
Nah, these
way.
people ain't got time for that, man. These people are trying to put food on
No.
the table, man.
Even when I was an African president, right? It was still politicized, mostly by the Nigerians, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Ah.
But at that time, I still didn't.
President of
You know,
what?
what?
President of what?
African students. Man,
Oh, okay.
I was an African student president, man.
How did he manage to get? Is it through voting system or through?
It was to vote, man. But mostly, honestly, a lot of the northern Nigerians and the and the Christians voted for me.
The Northern Nigerians voted for you, yeah?
You know, guys, I didn't even understand like economics until I came to Africa, because that's when I realized, oh shit, inflation is real. Like when you see currency value, like like before it's like, oh, I'm sending myself £100, right, and I'm getting like 15,000 Kenyan shillings. I'm okay. Now I'm getting 20,000 Kenyan shillings. I'm like, bro, inflation is great.
Man, you guys don't really understand, man. A lot of the things, like even retirement, insurance, man. I mean, I never thought about that when I was in Ghana, actually, right? I mean, who's going to teach you that, if you live in your own bubble?
They don't even teach you how to manage money in Africa.
Man, you have no idea, like
we're not even creating robust enough industries to even have those things. Come on, bro.
Oh yeah, guys, but
step by
this is
step,
why,
brother. Like,
yeah,
come
you're
on.
right, but this is why like so many Africans are obsessed with getting a government job. They always say, "Oh, you're gonna get pension," and this, because that's the only place where like such a concept exists.
And that builds that nepotism. Now everybody's snaking to steal money and shit. We need private actors where you can have, your 401ks and your IRAs and such. That's what we need.
I mean, let me address like Nigerian first. Like before you speak about, tell me like Ghanaians don't like. See, I almost was expelled from my university because of a Nigerian student when I was the president, right? So when I hear a lot of like this accusation, I'm like, really? Are you really serious?
No.
The Nigerian students, they came to like Cyprus and they were practicing cultism over there. I don't even want to engage in this kind of conversation.
Oh,
right?
Charlie, yeah.
I think I agree with you that as far as you mention cults, I'm not going to deny that I know some people engage in such activity. However, what I'm saying is that is getting boring. Your failure should not be our problem. To fail in something, it should not be our own problem. Every time Nigeria.
But why don't you, when you meet me, why don't you address me as based on who I am instead of like, because I'm not in the entertainment industry, right? Or maybe African millennial.
No, because the reason why I also said that sometimes when I come here, the way you speak on Nigeria issues, kind of, this guy's.
Yeah, but I mean, but you guys like one man came here and said that Nigerians are the most successful immigrant group. And Snake Man showed the data, and we all saw the data. So I spoke about it. Like, why can't I speak about like debunking that reality? Like, what are you talking about?
No, but hold on. But they dropped the data, and it was fact. I dropped the data.
But other data spoke something else. Even Snake Man showed. Snake Man is a Nigerian from Germany.
Data from resource,
So I have every right to speak against Nigeria. I criticize them. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, don't take it personal, man. Kaizo, we speak about Kenya. He doesn't say much.
Listen, because I will speak on Twitter. I come on YouTube. It's kind of okay. Give us a break a little.
Yeah, but when Al speaks about Ghana, I mean, I go at him, but it's just a friendly banter, right? It's not personal, actually, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like why are you taking it personal? One like first Nigerian first, right?
No, I didn't take it first. I didn't.
Yeah, because like some of you guys are Nigerian supremacists, including Ola and all this thing. Like the moment someone when Zulia came on this platform to speak against Nigeria.
What did you guys do to Zulia yesterday, man? The guy was messaging crazy messages saying, "This platform is toxic."
You guys ganged against him. Even one man came and he shared the
You
data.
can't take this shit too
No,
seriously, man.
Julia is a pure winner. You know what?
Yeah, exactly. And then
there's a Nigerian MMA fighter that lost. Julia came online and started celebrating. I was like, what? Yes, the guy lost. He was a two-time champion and he finally lost. It normally happens. You can't revenge
Niger. There was one time I was on Afidamo's platform because somebody spoke against Nigeria, man. Like an African FBA guy spoke against Nigeria, man. The lady was mad. Even Tunaja was freaking mad. And Tunaja claimed to be a Pan-African. And then Afidamos did a show showing them people were actually killing people for money rituals. The same thing that African American guy was saying. And the Nigerians don't want to acknowledge that. If you say something bad about my country, I'm not going to defend my country. I mean, their problem is not on my shoulder. I mean, I defend myself.
Let me tell you something. Immediately you mentioned the issue about cultism. What did I say? I said it's true. You know what's going on.
Yeah, but I don't want to dwell too much on that, right?
No, you can't go deeper. I know everything.
Yeah.
So,
I know. So when you tell me I know Nigeria very well, man. Even the Hausa people, I know them real. I'm a Hausa guy, but the Nigerian Hausa people, they are kind of different, right? So I know them very well because I speak the language. I understand them better than you do, right? When I was even in Cyprus, most of Southern Nigerians, they couldn't tell where I came from because they saw me speaking Hausa. They can tell. It's only the Northern Nigerian that can tell based on my accent of Hausa that I speak, right? But culturally, we're all the same. We eat the same food. We listen to their imams. We know far away. Yeah, maybe the Nigerian politics, we just don't pay attention to that. But other than that, we listen to their imams. The imams comes to Ghana. Our imams go over there. We are more connected.
That's why you got
No, I'm just saying because Hausa people are predominantly Muslim, right? So I'm just saying from the cultural perspective. I'm not saying that all of us
communicate. They communicate to their people all over the world. Yeah. Trust me. Their communication is not limited to Nigeria. It's a global phenomenon from the east to the west.
And then you guys also even say because a lot of times you guys think Hausa Fulani is the one. It's not even one thing, right?
No.
For me personally, as an Hausa guy, I would tell you that the Fulani, for some reason, they find their way into the chieftaincy of the Hausa people.
You know what's going in Nigeria?
That's to do with the religion. And
whenever any Northerners commit any crime, they will just associate it with Fulani because I think they are the most popular. So they will just say Fulani.
And then most Hausa people, they speak Hausa, right? But they tend to identify themselves with Fulani because it's something cool to them. Some of them tend to have some kind of inferiority complex just being in Hausa.
No,
right?
that's because some
yeah.
Some of them
so I'm the only guy who can tell you the real facts. You wouldn't hear that from an Hausa guy, right? He's not going to tell you that.
I will be able to identify of them because they look alike too.
Yeah. I mean, in Ghana, I grew up. Most of my friends, they come from Nupe tribe and all those things, but they are pure Ghanaians. But they know where they came from. But they are Ghana. These are. Don't be thinking that everybody just be here hating. Maybe the Southern Nigerians. I mean, even where I stay in Ghana, I had a guy from Delta State. His name, he became a Muslim. I mean, we used to give him food all the time. He's Nigerian, right? But he's not those arrogant Nigerians, right? I mean, he came from low economic background.
Caesar, that's not true. What Caesar just wrote, that's not true. Not only top.
They're from a different class. Yeah, he's gonna come and cause problems.
The lower class Nigerians are more. They are humble, but the middle class and the upper class, they are very arrogant. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so that's how you have to always show that it's because UBA Bank, these are all Nigerian banks, right? They are thriving in Ghana.
Yeah, sure.
People have
Yeah.
these are high class Nigerians. Nobody have issues with them. So you have to show the distinction, right? It's not
But
all kind of.
that's what I said earlier about the money. You know, if you bring the money in, everything is cool. But
Yeah,
if
the
you
guy
just
is
come
planning
down
to
and
open a branch in China next year. I think in France, China, and I think LA also. Yeah.
But even times to see some like this, Kidola was saying that even Nigerians being thrown in Ghanaian market, right? I mean, there's always going to be some kind of envy if a different group comes into a society and disrupt your market like prices over there, right? Maybe he doesn't stay over there. He might go to China and buy cheap product and sell it at a cheap price, just changing the prices, right? I mean, the free market, it should be allowed, but people who are enjoying the benefit of free market by selling goods or product at high prices, they're gonna get mad. Man, it's a normal thing, like for them to get mad, right?
There's a Cameroon guy that came. I think he came to Nigeria, set up a restaurant. He does barbecue. That guy's like he's a big shot now in Nigeria. He owns a few chain of restaurants in I think in Lagos, Abuja. I don't think in Port Harcourt also. So the thing is that when people come into Nigeria and take their time and observe the environment, if you can set up anything, I promise you make a lot of money. Forget the
Yeah,
noise.
but you should be able to criticize Nigeria, man. So
Of
like,
course,
yeah.
of course. But what I'm saying is that
Nobody's hating on Nigeria though.
that's also say the place
you should be able to
is
criticize.
scary. And no, if you come there, you lie low, you don't show yourself that you have money, you can get things done. But when you put money first, okay, people will get to take it from you.
Yeah. Nigerian friends. If I was in Ghana, man, if I was in Ghana staying in my dusty community, I might probably be hating on maybe an middle class Nigeria with more money, man. But I live in the state right now.
That's not a good
my economic situation is not the same.
but Zango, that's not a good mentality to have. You should be hating on the next person because they're successful.
It is a reality though. I mean, if you come,
No, but
even in the US, see, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Oh, listen to me. Listen to me. See, when I was living in Missouri, right, the first time that I had my internship, my boss told me I have to be careful because I might meet white people in low communities and they're gonna be hating on me. He told me that actually. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I understand that, but the reality is, you know, it's not hating. It's basically they probably will feel, you know, threatening or
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But
so FBAs do have some kind of validity, even here in the US. Like, no, Africans taking their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have that kind of validity because, you know, even in Hollywood, they will complain that black Brits taking their jobs. I mean, that's their money, right? they have to shout. If not, like, somebody's gonna take their jobs. I mean, there's nothing wrong in that.
Yeah, that's what I said yesterday. You know, most of the people that scream about racism in the West is the poor whites, the average middle class white man or woman that got job or company owner don't care about immigration.
Yeah, yeah. The American, the rich American with business, he wants immigration, you know, because he's gonna employ them at cheap prices, right?
Yeah.
So Americans don't think the same.
And these countries are good at making use of immigrants, you know, because most of the stuff that they invent in their country is not invented by them. It's not been made by them. It's those immigrants. In fact, in the UK, they've done a study where asylum seekers actually contributed a lot in terms of, you know, creating industries and actually creating things than all the other type of immigrant that came into the country. So you can see.
Zongo.
Yeah.
Since we are thinking about Nigeria and Ghana here, I want to ask you.
Oh God, the FC, this is getting boring.
In 2019 or 2020, Ghana economy was the best performing economy in West Africa. What happened? Like all of a sudden, like they are going through.
Even 2019, they had the best economy.
2019, 2020 was good, but from 2021, 2022, 2023, like it seems just going down the drain. What's going on?
Yeah, man. I mean, at the time when I was in Ghana, I wasn't really focused on the economy because I was focused on how to get a job.
Okay.
It was good. I didn't have no freaking job. I don't give a damn about the economy. I want to get a job first, right?
Yeah, but you're not good at job.
Yeah, I'm on this platform speaking
How can
because
you get a job?
I have
How
a
can you get a
secure
job
job. I have
in
some
the
kind of
economy?
safety net. That's why
How
I'm
can
on
you get
this
a job
platform
without the
talking.
economy then? But Zango, how can you get a job without the economy? If the economy is not fixed, then there's no job, right?
There's no job. Yes, you are right. Without the economy booming, that means there will be no jobs.
Yeah, but like a lot of the African economies, right? Um, we have the formal sector and we have the informal sector, right? And
Right.
usually when they make this analysis about, uh, um, they are making projection about economic growth in the future. They are just taking the data from these formal sectors, and these formal sectors, the money that they generate to the government is not even close to the informal sector. So where are they
Yeah,
getting the data from?
sometimes.
So the informal data is not. It's not. They don't get data from the informal sector. The informal
Yeah,
sector has.
I know sometimes they over speculate it and in
Yeah.
terms of the job creation. However, it is still linked to the economy, and you cannot separate those two things. However, I think what UFC was saying earlier, the Ghanaian economy, yes, at one time it was great, but just like the Ivorian economy. In fact, as I was speaking to my Ivorian brother earlier, the Ivorian economy was actually the top in the whole West Africa at what time. It tend to move around. And I think Nigeria happened to be, a big brother bully next door to Ghana that is actually taking a lot of the the opportunities in
Yeah, but but
Ghana.
oh, but I don't know what you guys are saying, right? Because a lot of times you guys are speaking about economics, right? At the governmental level, and most of the time, they just take money and they just give the money to the civil servants. The people in the private sector, they don't benefit nothing from it. They just pay
No, I'm
taxes to
talking.
the government.
I'm giving an example of the UK economy, right? They can protect, the economy and the jobs and the job market in the economy, and these things go hand on hand, right? Because they know what these companies are projected to make and how many people they're going to employ and stuff like that. This is a global phenomenon. Is actually worked for all economies.
Are you
So
speaking about
if the
Ghana? Are you
economy,
speaking in the case of Ghana? In the case of
I'm
Ghana?
speaking in the case of economy in general, not just Ghana.
Yeah, but okay, okay. Oh, I was saying we have the formal and informal sector. Do you understand what I use when I use like informal sector?
Yeah, of course, I have. I understand.
So where do they get the data from to make this analysis and projection?
They get the data from the market.
What market?
The market itself that they actually set in the speculation
I mean,
market.
informal sector. So you mean to tell me the retailers are in the market? They have some kind of ledgers that they record it.
No, but in the UK we have the speculators, right? For example, they always speculate on it, and also the bank tend to work with the private sector. The private sector always, they can see their receipts and the amount of tax that they pay and the amount of employers that they actually have and how much they tend to employ and stuff like that in the year. Like for example, they know how much Asda or Walmart is going to pay for a tax, right, in a year, and how many employees they got, the PAYE and stuff like that. So they tend to know. So economy and the job market, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean, there's an element of validity in that, but it's still like the data itself is still not accurate, right? It's just projection.
No,
It's just like
data is never data is
uh,
not always accurate. No.
so if assuming what you're saying is true, right? If the projection was true, like the economic, they were expected to see economic growth. How then did we experience a sharp decline? Did they make a wrong prediction?
Yeah, wrong focus maybe. They did the
Okay,
wrong
so
focus. And this happens all the
so
time,
the
man.
data, I mean, it's still like it's still not enough. You need more
Yeah,
data, man.
yeah, what I'm saying is getting to the point that doesn't make change the fact that the job market and the economy goes hand in hand. But anyway, basically, it's your point that you made earlier. You wasn't care about the economy. You just wanted to know about about job. And I'm saying if you don't care about the economy, how are you gonna get a job? Because these things goes hand to hand.
Yeah, because a lot of time the focus is mostly on the public sector, right? The private sector. I mean,
You know, the
if you
private
go to like a, if you go to like a, let's say like you go to like you go to the market, right? Like Nigerian first, right? Let's say you live in Lagos, right? Or you go to like
Guys, are you there? Can you
what's the what's the popular place in Nigeria? Ajekuta or something. What's the name? Is it the right term? Right? Ajekuta, right? And let's say
Popular place.
the market over there, Ajekuta or something like that. Maybe you went there, right? And then you work, businessman over there. You have like 3 employees from your village that they work for you and you pay them. Man, how come the bank knows that you have 3 employees and you pay them money?
Yeah, maybe that's where in Africa, yes. In Africa, it might be a different thing, but in obviously in the West, you know that you cannot
You
employ
see,
someone
Do
who
they
doesn't
report to the
register.
labor market how much employees they have? No.
you see, if the local government were functioning properly, they would have been able to collect the data of this informal sector and put it together. So
And
the
pay
and
taxes.
federal government
This is
will be
what the
able
government
to,
is lacking focus in Africa. They're ignoring all these little things. People in Africa do not pay tax neither, but all they do, they want things, right? This is the problem we have also in the continent. You know, people
yeah,
actually
many
are
people don't
employed.
pay tax.
They don't pay employment tax enough. They don't pay, taxes in the continent, but they want roads, they want electricity, they want everything free. You understand?
Nigeria
And I
tax
think
to GDP is about 6% only.
where's that?
Nigeria tax to GDP, just 6%.
6%. Look how
Yeah,
low that is. That's ridiculous.
very low. People are not
So
paying, but they are still complaining.
How can a country develop on that low tax base?
Yeah.
So this is the problem that we have in the continent. It's one of the biggest problems that we have. But we always blame,
Okay, let's
because when I mentioned earlier about the private sector,
let's address the elephant in the room. Okay, what is your issue with Ghana too? Let's go ahead.
Oh man, fucking hell, man. I ain't got time for it. And listen, I ain't got time talking about Ghana, man. There's more bigger
what is your issue with Ghana? Like, because people are listening though. People are listening.
The only thing I like about Ghana, you're my house brother from Ghana, and that's it. I respect you for that.
Yeah, but I'm
Just keep it quiet. I don't want to air it, man. Ghana is alright. They're West African people. We're all the same. But the reality is, what I know is from them, they expect things from people, but when people come their way, they don't like it. It's one of those
like
ways.
the FBAs or something.
No, it's not just FBA. I know it's a lot of West Africans have trouble in Ghana in the past and current, so I don't like it. I know Liberians during the war, Liberians went to Ghana, they got chased out of Ghana. And before the war, Ghanaians used to come to Liberia.
Man, that's not true, man. Like they have like the camp in Ghana. What's the name of the Bujumbura camp?
I know there are a lot of they still like
yeah, they have like Bujumbura camp over there, right?
But they did not had a good time in that country during the war. Like, people are running. Listen, I don't want to go into it for too long, but these are people that we helped at one time.
Man, okay, but
people. But yeah, anyway,
honesty,
let's talk about something else, man.
Okay, let's be honest, right? In all honesty, right? See, I think a lot of times we tend to listen to what we see on the media, right? Right? But other than that, like, look at me, for instance, right? Where our people came from, right? We are all from Ghana, right? We have even the Zongo chief in where I come from. They have a seat at the chieftaincy palace, right? If you're gonna look into our history, most of us from the Zongo communities, we did not originate from Ghana, right? Even though, like, we came before, like, this nation state was created, right?
I think you came. I think your people came there. Let me tell you, I think your people came there at the end of the Mali Empire, if I'm not mistaken. If you go back to the date, it's the same time. You branched and settled the Fulani community in northern Burkina Faso to southern Ghana. Is a train. The Tuklo Fulani was in northern Burkina Faso around.
Oh no. Our migration was a little different. Our migration it was like conflict. It's religious conflict.
That you still share the same community in northern Burkina Faso. You got the Hausa and the Fulani in northern Burkina Faso in the same region as we speak, but then you still got like a line of branch that goes into Ghana from that region. It's always been there. It's like it's a known fact through spreading Islam back in just it's just the early days of Mansa Musa that we were talking about earlier. It was an early time. It was a fort that was built there that connects northern Nigeria area where the Niger Republic is, which is the Hausa land, to that area where the Tuklo Fulani settled, right?
Yeah.
And then you had a branch further down to that region. I understand. I know the history of that part.
Yeah,
But
but
I'm
I
telling you,
mean,
when
Nigerian
recently when
first.
we had war, recently when we had war
Yes, I'm here.
recently when we
Where
had
do you
war
come from
in
in Nigeria?
I'm
Oh,
from
hold on.
I'm
What?
from Edo State.
Edo State. Edo, is it like a Igbo state, right?
Okay, I'm
Is it
from the south region, the oil
south?
producing region. Yeah.
Oh, like Port Harcourt area or something like that.
Yes. Either south region is I think you have Edo, Delta, Bayelsa.
So let me ask you: do you also have like
And
issues like with the northern Nigerians too? Like,
no, I don't. I
No,
don't
I don't
because
think they
you know
have.
why I don't.
They full of Northern Nigerians
I have
apparently.
friends who we grew up together. We're from they were born in Benin City here, so we all grew up together. So they are my like close friends. So I don't have any issue with them because I didn't
because like
see
for me,
them.
I'm trying to understand the psyche of someone from southern Nigeria, right? Because I know like the way I was raised, right? If I go to a different society, that doesn't belong to me. If the person gave me a place to stay, I'm not supposed to speak down on those people, right? So let's say like you go to like like you meet a northern Nigerian. Okay, maybe it's just a wrong analogy. You meet a northern Nigerian, and you have a civil conversation, even though you might disagree. Do you think that might result in some kind of conflict or misunderstanding? Civil conversation without throwing insults.
No, I think civil conversation should be able to occur at any time. We are adults, don't need to, like me, I can still be your friends and your friend. You might disagree on a social issue or political issue, but I will still be your friend because I will not allow politics and other things to come in our way.
Yeah, it's mostly like it's mostly politics. Actually, you're right. It's mostly politics. Because politics, and I would say one thing too, right? It's mostly politics. So mostly the average northerner, right? I mean, he's always going to side with his people, right? Because that's how he's been trained to act like, right? Unless maybe his elite tells him to vote for someone else, right?
Okay, let me tell you something. Like Nigerians, okay, let me tell you, the northerners, when it comes to election, based on my observation, they know how to, they don't put their eggs in one basket. I'm not gonna lie. They don't just, you might see a lot of people might say they are uneducated, fine. But when it comes to politics, they split during the last election, they split their vote. They gave some to their person, which is Atiku. They gave some to the Yoruba guy.
Yeah.
So it was like a 50-50 kind of thing. So they are, when it comes to politics, they are very smart.
Yeah, but aside that, man, because I met a lot of northerners, right? That was my first time. Because some of them come to Ghana, we meet, interact over there, but I'm mostly like the low class northerners, right? From Sokoto, they come and do trade and they leave, right? So they stay in Zongo communities in Ghana. We interact a lot, right? And mostly like some of the Islamic scholars, when they come, we interact with them, right? But I met a different class of northerners, right? Mostly from the middle class, and some of them come from elite politicians in Nigeria. Even I went to college in Cyprus. I went to college with the former attorney general.
Oh, okay. Let me say this.
This kid, right?
They tend to vote towards the direction of their leader, whoever their leader support. Maybe their local leader in their state. They tend to go like that most times. Like,
but isn't it the same thing? Isn't it the same thing what the Southerners are doing too?
Yes, you are right. It's the same thing all over the country. They tend to go in the direction of their.
Good point.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people complain most of the time. I don't get it.
Yeah, because if they I mean, the same thing. People in Ghana, in northern Ghana, will complain that the leadership were given to Akans, right? Because even the leadership were given to Nkrumah, the Akans said Nkrumah didn't deserve that because he came from a lower tribe. That's what they said, and that's how they overthrew him from power. Nkrumah, the current like party in power, the Ashantis, they feel like Nkrumah is a fancy guy. I mean, his region is not dominant in this. I mean, I read the book actually. I read the book of what the former leaders said.
That's clear. That's clear tribalism.
Yeah. So I mean, and they come from the same Akan tribe, though. The same Akan tribe, not even a different tribe. Their language is similar,
Right.
just a different accent, right? But they feel like no,
It's
no, no. You guys
just
are
dumb.
beneath
That's
us.
just dumb. That's just dumb backward mentality. But there you go. What can you do about it?
Yeah.
That's the same old trouble, isn't it? But the
Yeah.
reality is, you know, I think
But the thing is,
even in the West, they do that. They do that. in the
I'll
West.
let me finish this. But in reality, right? If all of you guys are educated, I think none of you guys are going to follow just some kind of stupid leaders, right? No. Or maybe if your economic situation changes, you're going to think straight. Because
Okay,
a lot of the times, people, you know, when they see the leadership, they kind of bow down because they're going to grease their palms, you know, something like that. I've seen that a lot, you know.
But is that
But
is that just limited to Nigeria or is it African phenomenon?
it is an
That's what
African
you
thing, right? Especially the Hausa people, they
Exactly.
even do it more, man.
yeah, they like
I
to
don't know
show
about that.
respect to their leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, so you can really, sometimes you got to analyze the people and try to like think in their shoes, right? And then understand why they think certain way. I mean, other than that, man, maybe you guys are from, I mean, majority ethnic group. So, because the Nigerian guy that I went to college over here with in the US, yeah, he says like what is happening in Nigeria is no different from what is happening in the US. Minorities suffer everywhere. Because he comes from
I'm from the minority tribe, by the way.
oh, you're from minority tribe, yeah. So that's what
Yeah.
he said. You see,
I'm
the
from
US
the
is the same thing, you know. It's just only in the US, it's just they use like instead of tribe, they use like race, right?
thing,
But other than that,
the thing is that what
It's
saved
how
me
you
from
it's how
ordinary
you it's
is
how you
that
work with the majority as a
I have
minority.
realized that focusing on the presidency only in Nigeria will not solve Nigeria problem because most of Nigeria problem lies within the local government and the state government. Waste our time
yeah,
setting our eyes on Abuja. It's not going to work.
yeah.
I've done that since 2010, 11 till now. It's not going to work. We need to pay attention to our individual states and hold our leaders to account. Without that one, nothing will change in Nigeria. We're just wasting our time.
Yeah, exactly, right. I mean, a lot of people when they come, they speak about. I mean, because I'm in the U.S. right now, right? African Americans, there are certain states in the U.S. they don't go to because they feel like if they go over there, they just wouldn't be treated, you know, better
Right.
over there. So they
Can
just
I
don't
ask,
go over
can I
there.
ask you a question? Do you think if Obi was to win the election, yeah, do you think things would have been different to what it
No,
is now?
No.
Why?
No. Because
Why?
let me see, in the last election, I didn't support anyone. However, if we are to honestly, without bias, evaluate both the two leaders based on their past record, I think the right person won the election. So if you let's use based on past record to win.
No, I believe that. Yeah. Okay. I will agree with you on that.
But right. So because see, sometimes if because for me, I've held a leadership position in Cyprus before, right? And when I came to power, right, when I was campaigning for my position, right? Do you know the kind of empty promises that I made? I was even saying that I was going to give African student scholarships, and me myself, I'm owing tuition fees. I have an outstanding debt.
Right.
Right?
But it's not easy.
So when I came to office, man, I wasn't able to do nothing, man. I had debt myself.
You
So
probably don't even know where
and
to start.
yeah, and since then I realized, man, the politicians don't solve nothing, man.
It's all to do with the people on the ground, the
Yeah,
people
the people,
loyal,
man. Yeah, the private
people
sector,
in
like, man, if we had revenue, that would have been easy. But there was no revenue. We're making
yeah,
promises, and we never had no revenue.
yeah. No, we don't. That's the trouble. We don't have the
But
money in Africa.
most of
And the private
most
sector
of
just don't pay
Nigeria
it through.
private sector they support the current president because immediately he won the election, he personally visited all of them. I think he visited the owner of the UBA, Tony Numelu. He visited the Dangote and the rest. So he visited all the billionaires because I guess they sponsored the election for him.
Yeah, man. Sure. So it's not easy, man. Like, because a lot of the countries, in all honesty, we don't have the money, man.
No,
Oh,
we
like
don't.
all of us, we don't have the revenue. We don't have
No.
it. So
Well,
even
see
like,
what?
I'll give you one practical example in Ghana, right? The government came and they were saying like they were gonna give like free education to every Ghanaian, and they came to office, they realized they didn't have money. Where did they get the money from? The petroleum revenue that was put in foreign reserve for future generation, future Ghanaians, right? They use that money to finance the free education.
Okay. We don't.
Wait,
If you
is
don't
it
have
at the
the
local
private
level? Is it
sector,
a primary
private
or
sector is
university
so
level
poor.
or what?
Yeah, senior high school level, senior high school. Sorry,
Okay,
I meant to say like senior high school free
okay,
education.
Nigeria, that's it's normal, it's free. I think primary and secondary is free in Nigeria.
Senior high
Do,
school.
do you know why? Do you know why I'm so impressed about Sierra Leone? Like one thing I take my hat off for our current president in Sierra Leone, where he made education free, and university is subsidized also. Yeah, it's about $300 or $400 a year. For university. That is how you take your people out. It's about human capital development, getting people out there to educate themselves. That's why most Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora, they're not in some of them in industry jobs. Most of them also are actually top jobs. You know what I mean? For a small country, we actually produce, people who, in different academic levels. You know what I mean? In the West. It's very
Yeah, but
important
mostly
for
we
the
only
government to invest in educating the younger generation.
we only thrive in Western societies, not in our own countries.
Sadly, that's a fact. And he made free education as his priority, and he implemented it. And the university is almost free. So how can he just sit your lazy ass home, not letting your child wake up in the morning and brush your teeth, put stuff in
Hey,
their
hey,
food.
Mary Shay, Mary, is it Mary Shay? It's supposed to be Shay, Mary Shay, right? Because I know like African Americans, you guys use like Lachey. Where does that
Yeah,
name come from?
yeah.
She says she's Sierra Leonean now.
Yeah. She good. Yeah, she
Big
goes to
ups to
Sierra
you,
Leone.
Mary Shay. Mary
Yeah,
Shy,
she's
right?
good.
I'm guessing it's Shay, right? So
Yeah, Shy, man, Shy. I speak to her all the time. She's been to Sierra Leone.
Oh, that's good.
She traced her
Congratulations,
ancestors
she
back
has a
Mary
to our
Sierra
Shay.
people
Leonean
there.
citizen. Yeah, she has a
Yeah,
citizenship
yeah.
now.
She traced her ancestors back to our people there. So she's blessed, man.
Congratulations to
She's
you.
blessed. Yeah, she's blessed. We always done this kind of stuff, but we don't tend to promise them, stuff that's not there. You know what I mean? Sierra Leone and Liberia has always been a place for African Americans or Caribbeans. They always come there. You know what I mean? We always welcome them, and because we're very welcoming people, we don't give them sour cake
Name
like
is
Ghana.
Shy. For you, your last name is Shy.
Yeah,
High result, very high
you think Ghana is scamming them though? Al, you think Ghana is just scamming the FBAs in Ghana?
No, they are not.
I think they got to be careful with Ghana because it's the system that's there in place, because they tend to the lands are tend to belong to these chiefs, and a lot of these chiefs they can turn their back on you anytime. Yeah.
Yeah, but usually I think the problem is
Yeah.
when people go like they want to stay in the capital city, right?
Yeah, but
No,
that's true.
Zongo.
That's true.
See,
That's true. They do.
if you are
Man,
diaspora,
I'm
Zongo,
from Ghana too,
if
but
you are
man, capital
diaspora,
city. I don't know, trust
Zongo,
nobody in the capital city too. I'm
Zongo,
from Ghana too, right?
Zongo. If you are
Yeah.
diaspora, you want to go back to maybe Ghana or Nigeria, you want to settle down, you need to make it like a 5 years plan. You visit, you check things out, you see how things work, you think of what you are planning to set up, then you go again. It's not just rush and just move your bags and just it will fail.
Yeah.
End up crying and
Yeah. You go like somewhere in the middle, but I mean, Nigerian first, like it's just like saying like all Nigerians are scammers, right? I mean, there's a section of Nigerians that will scam you if they have the opportunity, but not all of them are like that, right? It's no different from Ghana meeting the wrong people. They're gonna scam your ass. I mean, it's like it's a normal thing, right?
yeah.
People will scam you. Like even here in the US, I
But
was
Zango,
scammed.
they're really
Okay,
good at
like
doing it.
in Nigeria, in my state, if you want to buy a legit land, it's either you buy from the government or you buy from the chiefs in the villages or in the community, the chief of those villages. When they sell for you, that means it is legit. That's how it is in my
Yeah, I
in my
agree. I agree. I agree. Oh, that the land. Yeah, if Africans want to thrive, I mean, they have to make their stuff legit, man. Because all this scamming and this thing at the chieftaincy level shouldn't be tolerated. You know?
It's not good. It's not good. The
It,
government
it-
no no
saying
yeah,
yeah
it
see
stifles progress.
that's
see
right.
the reason why it
Exactly.
will be difficult to stop because it normally happen to even EDJ like EDJ of those states. It happened to us like me. Like if I want to go and buy land, if I don't do the proper investigation and check if the land is legit, I will also lose money. So that it
Yeah,
is not about you are a foreigner. No, it is a normal thing that go on here. You have
yeah.
to do your background check first because sometimes they sell it to different people, and those people they will start fighting each other.
Yeah, these people are scammers, or maybe it's a family land and everybody's fighting over it. Everybody claims they have
So
a
it's
share in the land.
great. You have to
Yeah,
do your homework first.
yeah. So like, if you come with Western mentality, thinking Ghana is the same, man, they're gonna scam you. And most of them, they have no connection with you, and they're gonna scam you without feeling any kind
Okay,
of remorse.
Zongo,
Yeah, I
I
agree
don't
with
know
that.
if you know one African American in Tanzania. I think Mark Meet Africa. See, that's the only black America that I know that is truly serious. He went to Tanzania. You know what he did? He learned the language. Now it's fully blend within the society. Things are more easy for him because he learned the language.
Man, there's a lot of African Americans. They learn the language. I had the African American. Like, I was teaching her Hausa. She knew Hausa and everything. You know,
But
so it
I
just
speak to a
depends.
guy on Zango. I speak to a guy on Fuller on
Because
Brandon platform.
if you integrate
Yeah.
to the society, make things easy.
Do you understand, Zango? I speak to a UFC. There's a guy called Guido, yeah, Afro
Hmm.
Concept on Brandon platform, yeah. One of the guys on the thing, yeah. He speak Fuller. I speak Fuller to him. I write Fuller to him on the chat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Even
some of these guys are not just coming to Africa because because
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
they really want to come to connect with their people again.
yeah,
You understand?
exactly. Yeah,
You
there
know?
was one guy actually.
Yeah.
What's his name? I met him on Kala and Bomani's platform, right? Man, this guy, man, he's been
Right.
everywhere in Nigeria, man. He's even been all the way to the north, man. He went to the
Look at
house of
Rama.
people.
Yeah, look at Rama. Look,
Yeah,
Rama. He
yeah.
went
He saw
to
me and he
farmhouse.
was like, yeah, yeah. And he saw me. He was like, oh, if he met me in Nigeria, he would think I'm one of like those like. I mean, a lot of people are really dead, but you don't see them on media saying like where they have been to, right? But yeah, but Nigerian fest. Do you stay in Nigeria now?
Yes, I stay in Nigeria.
Yeah, the FBS, all of them are not like that. There's a FB on the internet and the FB on the ground.
Thank you, thank you. If you meet them in real life, I listen. I got a couple of African American friends here, in the UK. They sound they. I know their mentality. Those online, they totally
I have
different.
like one friend even here in Washington State. He told me, but he told me like his ancestry test and I think he's mostly Congo, and he has Nigerian blood, but mostly Congo, Nigerian, Ghana,
Right.
and yeah,
Right.
yeah, over here, yeah, yeah. So a lot of them like they know, like the ones that know the
Zango,
ones.
do you have Fulani in you also, or you just Hausa?
I never did the test though. I mean, my mom's side, they say they have Fulani in them, but I don't know, man. I'll have
Yeah.
to do like the ancestry test and see.
It's very difficult to find a Hausa person that don't have Fulani, and it's
Yeah,
very
it's
difficult to
like
find it.
cause like my mom, like they will be considered like fair skin, and my younger sister, right? But all of
Yeah.
us we kind of like brown skin, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
my mom, like they said, but I don't know, man. A lot of, cause I think a lot of people also claim the Fulani thing, cause it's
Yeah.
something very cool and kind of like social status thing, right? You know that,
Yeah, but that is a factor.
inferiority complex thing, right? So
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
factor also. But the reality is, the most of them have admixture for so long, they don't know where to lean, and that's why most. In fact, if you look at those in Cameroon, like in Adamawa, the recent test that's done on the Fulans over there, they actually are Hausa more than Fulani genetically, because they have been married into the Hausa for so long, they lost their Fulani genetics basically. It's
for us,
crazy,
like
honestly.
we move like
Yeah,
my great
for
granddad
you,
moved.
yeah,
He
for
moved
you,
from
yeah.
religious conflict, right? From Katsina,
That's
and they
right.
went to like all
Ah,
the way in Togo,
right.
and that's where like they spread the religion over there, right? And they married
Yeah,
the
but
people over there.
did they
They
brought
come from
yeah,
like they married like the Kotikoli tribe in the Togo region, and from there they
right,
migrated
right,
further to
right. Did
like
they brought
Volta region
Islam
in
to
Togo, right?
did they brought Islam to Ghana, or did not the
I
one
think
that
they
brought
brought
Islam?
Islam in the Togo where they resided in Togo, then
Right,
further like in Ghana. Like I mean, my family they're part of people who propagated Islam to the region where we come from. In Koftown,
right,
Ghana,
right.
we propagated Islam over there. They're
Oh,
Islamic.
is
They
that
were
Kufta?
Islamic
Kufta.
merchants.
Is that Kufta?
Yeah, Kufuridua. They call it Kufuri Eastern region. Kufuridua. Yeah.
I think I heard of it. So,
But the Zongo community is everywhere in Ghana. Every city in Ghana has Zongo community. Mostly
wow.
because a lot of the times they don't want to integrate. They like to segregate themselves because they
Yeah,
believe they
and I
have a
can imagine they want to
distinct
keep the
cult.
bloodline.
Yeah, no, they want to like
Um,
they want to practice their faith peacefully without
yeah, but also they want to
influence.
preserve the bloodline. Don't I know I understand how these people think. Man. They want to
Yeah,
preserve
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. A lot of them they don't marry
bloodline.
unless you become a Muslim, right? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's the challenge, being from
yeah.
those kind of yeah. But
It's
if
a
you live in
challenge
the
for our
US,
people.
you don't have to worry about stuff like that. You can marry from anywhere.
It's a big challenge in our communities. 100% is that mentality that that mentality that needs to stop in
But I
one
think
time.
The Christians are kind of lenient though. But I don't know if it's the same in Nigeria though. Nigerian first. Do you think like someone from the Christian faith can just go marry someone who's a Muslim and that would be acceptable?
Okay, let me take something. Like the Nigeria elite, they do marry across religions line. But when it comes to the poor masses, you see, that's where the problem lies. They don't. They like to go getting married to Christian, Muslim getting married to Muslim. But at the upper echelon, they don't care. They get married because one of the richest man in my state. I think two
Right.
of his daughter got married to in Northern, yeah.
Yeah. But even Dangote's daughter, like kids, one of them married someone who's a non-Muslim, right? Is it true or not?
See, it may be. I believe so.
I don't know. Yeah, but see, when I was in Cyprus, like one of my Nigerian friend, right, a very good friend of mine. He's from northern Nigeria, but he comes from Borno State. He's like a Borno guy, Kanuri, right? No, but
Yeah, one
Borno
of my brothers.
they have the tribe over there in Borno. Like I forgot his name is Adam, a very nice guy. He was thriving under the previous government before Buhari came to office. Buhari came and just disrupted a lot of things. His dad was, his dad was really doing good, and they stayed in Abuja. They've always like wanted me to come to Abuja, right? And his dad told me like when I was the student president, there's one thing he told me about Nigerian politics. He's like the elite They don't have no tribal device among the elites in Nigeria. No,
Hmm.
no, 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 no,
They
no.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they. I mean, so far as power is, they understand themselves. It's just the masses. They don't. Uh, the
It's
masses
just
are.
the poor masses.
Wow.
They are
Yeah,
they are lost in their
Wow.
yeah,
Crazy. Crazy.
in their ways.
yeah.
Crazy how they play people, isn't it?
You
Yeah,
know,
but
uh,
if you start
Zongo,
making money, yeah, go ahead.
since I
Yeah.
realized that, that was when I stopped hating on or trying to. When I because it took me a while, but when I realized it, I said no, no. So now I behave like the elite.
Yeah, you should do the same thing to even Ghana. So you like speaking about musician, man, stop doing that, man.
No,
Because
no. See, let
this
me tell you
artist,
something.
man,
Listen.
this artist, right?
Mm,
Nigerian fans, they are making money for themselves, right? So why
yeah.
would you take it personal, man? Like really?
What I'm saying is that every time online, I see, listen, you hardly see Nigerians complaining about other African countries, except maybe they burn some of our property or something. Yes, Nigeria will complain, but we will not complain that you didn't give us, you didn't help us or this thing. No, we don't do that because okay, for instance, when Nigeria artists drop music, did you know that they will send money to Ghanaian DJs? They wire them
Yeah,
money. But one thing about your artists is that they want it for free. They want everything for free. It's not going to happen.
yeah. But
Do you,
are the artists the
do you
ones
know?
saying that, or the pundits are the ones saying that? The pundits.
Thank you. You are right. I'm not going to lie. It's the
Do you
pundits,
know? Do you know?
the
You have
Yeah.
to
gatekeepers.
Zango.
Yeah.
You
Because
have
the
Zango.
pundits,
Do you know?
they like controversy, man. The Ghanaian entertainment industry, they are still operating on the old way of like writing news. Controversy sells. Something like sensational, right? They like stuff like that. Oh, go ahead.
I said the Sierra music is actually really good music for because we don't have the industry like the other countries. Our
Hmm.
music is not expansive like that, but we never complain. But most
Yeah,
of our artists work with Nigerian artists on the underground level. Yeah,
yeah,
but we don't go out there
Okay.
trying to be on the
Zongo.
limelight. You understand?
mhm, yeah,
Zongo.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let
Because
me tell you one thing about Nigerian
don't forget the
mentality.
music culture in Sierra Leone
Something,
is older than the other countries in West
Nigeria
Africa.
will bring itself to lower to learn from you. It will reduce. See, he may wash your car for you in the morning, help you to prepare food until he learn that thing. So
Yeah, yeah,
see,
but see, Nigerian first, right?
yeah,
I think to some extent, like to some extent, I would say like Ghanaians too are they're a little receptive, just like African Americans are. Look at Mr. Easy, right? He blew up in Ghana, right?
sure, sure,
Do you think like
sure.
no? Have you seen any foreign artists like blowing up in Nigeria, right? So I mean, and the thing, you know, if you ask me, like, just I'm not like I'm trying to be objective. Like, the industry, uh, is competitive, right? I mean, nobody's trying to give you because like the attention is just for minute number of people,
Okay,
right?
okay. Let me
So
tell you something.
nobody.
Did you know that this year they
Mhm.
did a yearly rap of music? There were more Nigerians listening to Ghana music than Ghanaians on Spotify. Most Nigerians listen to most of the artists drop this thing. Now. I smile and I scream past it. But you see, Ghanaians will still some of their pundits will still come out and say we are not supportive. What do you want?
Yeah, but you shouldn't be listening to those little pundits, man. That's what they because like because a lot of these pundits, man,
No,
like
the reason why I'm
especially like
saying it,
if you know like these pundits
this
like
year,
Bulldog and all those things, like.
hold on. If you look at this year, none of the
Mhm.
celebrities went to Ghana. Last year, you see, Whiskey was there, Davido was there, the big celebrity was there.
No,
They
no,
went
this
there
year
for
Davido was in Ghana too. He came
this
like the
December.
yeah, Afrochella, Afrofuture. He was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
most some of Nigerian artists were there. Like
okay,
just check it.
okay,
Afrofuture,
okay,
Afrochella, right now changed to Afrofuture. They were there. Like, they perform over there.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
So
this
the hate is
year,
not really. It's not like all you have to do is just observe, like you see,
I think
you know.
I need to mute all the pundits from my Twitter. And
Yeah. Don't be watching them because it's just sensational. They
no,
sell.
these days, you no longer you just see. Twitter will just post anything on your timeline before, except you went and search for it before you can get this news. But these days, no. If maybe a mutual friend is following these people, everything will show on your timeline. So things have changed on X.
Yeah, but in all honesty, I mean, it's just if you get signing from a record label, man, from the US, man, I mean, you're gonna blow, man. They're gonna make sure you blow.
But
You don't have to be.
Also, the gatekeepers need to focus on the younger generation. Nigeria did it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree because they're not like us. The old ones, they should be bringing new, like, people. But but the thing is, like, I mean, I'm not really focused on
Because
entertainment
if you
nowadays.
notice, younger people listen to music more than middle-aged people. Like,
Yeah, that's why, like, when you were asking me about that, I'm like, man, I'm on a different level now. I'm not even wasting my time, wasting my time.
because I
Because
listen to some of Ghanaian music.
I listen to music, right? I listen to good music, right? I mean, I listen to music that has been promoted, right? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like in
Yeah,
the
see,
US, they promote like black music.
I consume, let me say, 95% of African music. I'm just telling you.
To be honest, I don't even listen to Afrobeat. I don't listen to Afrobeat at all.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
I listen to Amapiano. I listen to Ghanaian music that makes sense, that I like.
Yeah.
If they are not good, I don't listen.
Yeah, in the US, I even listen to country music sometimes. It speaks about life. Yeah, I listen to country music.
Zongo, we lost you. We lost you a long time ago, man.
I swear to God, I listen to country music when I'm going to work.
No wonder why you're talking like this nowadays, fam. You change, I noticed that anyway about you. From the first time I met you, over the years, I know you changing, Seriously.
I listen to country music sometimes.
I wonder what you're gonna be like in the next 10 years, fam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? Because the kind of music that
I met you over the years to now, I can tell the difference, man.
Oh, really?
Is changing these days.
Why? In what way?
I think we're losing him, man.
I mean,
losing the house, brother. Still.
You gotta change over time. Like you don't have to be stable, right?
That's not good to me. You know me, and you're gonna fall out over.
Oh, you mean like as far as the faith is concerned? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, no, not only just even the faith and the culture, both the F and the C.
Oh no! Oh man, you haven't met me personally. You can't tell that. Yeah.
Okay, I hope.
I'm not.
Good. And also, Zongo,
good.
If your music industry, if you ever grow, the private sector need to involve, because in Nigeria, I'm not going to lie, the private sector are fully in support of the Nigeria entertainment industry. So that's why
what happened to Afrodemus? What happened to Afrodemus?
Number one supporters are.
He's going to.
Gambia.
It's not Gambia,
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I hope everything is good over there. The smiling coach.
Yeah. I mean, Nigerian friends. I mean, entertainment industry is it's an industry, right? So it's not all about complaining on the media, right? You have to bring your plan. How you're gonna generate money. That's how they do it in America or something like. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, even in the US, right? US, if a huge record label signs you, you're gonna blow. That's how they design the system, right?
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of where you come from, you can be from Sierra Leone or South Africa or something. Like if they put you on, they're gonna make sure you blow because they know how to package you. America, like their marketing machine is on a different level, right? They will help you to blow. So it's all about just the infrastructure. If your infrastructure is not good, forget about all
Uh,
those
but
someone
on
having good
that
music.
based on my observations, Ghanaian artists, they also need to work with other
So even you
producers.
tell me like someone like Camido, if the American record label put him on, it's not gonna like go wide or something like that. I think
See,
vocally he's good. He can
okay, let
blow,
me say
right?
something. Yes, most of Nigeria artists, they first of all blew in Nigeria before this global record comes in. They didn't just come in to just sign them. No, they first of all blew locally first. You understand me?
But
Okay,
sometimes you could be like, let's say, like, give this an example, like the girl from South Africa. What's her name?
Tyler.
Tyler, right?
Yeah,
She
Yeah.
just blew out of nowhere, right? So
yeah.
sometimes you could be lucky.
Zongo, hold on. Zongo, hold on. UFC is right there. Most of the Nigerian artists that came are about. They blew up locally and especially in the Afro waves as well before the American artists picked them up. So if you give Burna Boy as an example, Burna Boy was blowing up like ages ago. He even went to South Africa. He blew up
Yeah.
in Nigeria. He blew up all over in the Afro space before P. Diddy tried to turn him gay. P. Diddy tried to make him gay and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Which to a certain extent. So, no. And if you look at it, Davido, all of them, they all actually blew up in the Afro space before America. It's just now the American artists are starting to be aware of them. So with the recent one with the South African you're talking about, that's a recent occurrence because by that time Americans are now aware of Afrobeats. You understand? But originally Afrobeats was created. Afrobeats was popularized from the UK.
Dancehall music.
It's from the
Jamaican.
UK. It's from the UK.
Yeah. You're right. But
Yeah.
the point I'm trying to say is that the point I'm trying to say is that right. Yeah, the point I'm trying to say is that right. It's just a business, right? Like in the US, do you know like someone like Sexy Red, right? Do you know Sexy Red in the US? Like if you go to the clubs, man, they bang her music everywhere. Man, she doesn't have the talent, right? Once like the public just gravitate towards your music and they give you a chance, you're gonna go viral. Like they're gonna push your music to go like hard, just like Cardi B, right? Cardi B, Cardi B was a stripper. Right? She started rapping in one of her music and they put like the record label signed her, and that's how she just went global. So the point I'm saying, like, sometimes you can.
There's enough streaming platforms, enough media, enough to kind of gain traction towards your way this way. Like you don't really need, you don't really need these record labels to actually make yourself the popular. In fact, the record labels come looking for you to make more money out of you.
Oh no, UFC. I agree with you what you're saying, but you wouldn't be able to go. Sometimes you might get a hit that might go global, right? But as far as like generating huge money and then having the visibility in the public eye, you need record label to help you to do that. The visibility, I'm talking about visibility on various media platforms, right? You need money to
platforms.
What?
On mainstream platforms.
Your mainstream platform, yeah, mainstream. Like let's say like in the US, for instance, like I mean, when you hear Afrobeat music playing, if you go to the night, it's not by chance, right?
Okay,
they don't just play anybody's music.
Let me explain one thing to you. Black Sherif is, I believe, is your brother. Is from your community.
It's from Zongo too, right? Yeah, it's from Zongo. Yeah, it's a Zongo guy.
Good. Let me tell you where that guy messed up. Did you know when Burna Boy started his world tour?
Mm-hmm.
I think he performed in MSG in New York with I'm talking about Black Sherif. Did you know after that concert, a lot of Ghanaians were online they were angry that Burna Boy is using his music to blow. Like I don't understand what's going on.
But why we say like he messed up though? Maybe like he didn't mess up.
What I'm trying to say is that the Black Sherif team would have signed like with Burna Boy.
Do you know his team? Do you know his team though? Do you know his team?
I don't know his team, but
His
the
team,
one that
they're signed by Epic, and Epic, their headquarters is in probably in Nigeria or something like that. So he's been managed by
yeah, but he would
American
have
liquor label based in Nigeria. I mean, see, he's a guy from the ghetto, right? I mean, you don't have to blame him. He doesn't know nuts. He's gonna learn in the business. You get what I'm saying? He's not like an exposed guy like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
yeah.
Zango, that, let me tell you, see, since dancehall music, when dancehall music started before Afrobeat, I grew up with most of the guys that do this thing in Bristol and London. Like for example, Vibes Cartel, his nephew is my neighbor right now. He's a Jamaican guy, and Beanie Man and then people. These are the one that started dancehall music that they turned to Afrobeat. And when that came in and said, you know, these guys wasn't in the era, you guys should understand where if you live in the UK, you know, back in the days, like 10 years ago or like 15 years ago, you understand what dancehall music is, because that is the music that was sold in the UK everywhere, and it was going to Europe, but it wasn't that large in America, but it was going to Africa. And that's the era that the Nigerian artists see the similarities into that music to the Nigerian side. So that's when they started connecting dancehall music to Afrobeat. So Afrobeat,
yeah, you're right. You're right. It's just that dancehall started to turn into some kind of noise and all that. Raga raga. So dancehall started to turn into.
No, let that finish. Yeah, go on, that.
Zongo. Burna Boy's World Tour, the new World Tour.
Let him go. Let him go.
Okay. The new World Tour. Okay, I want to quickly explain something to you. The new World Tour is a 22 show. This thing. He has performed 7. Did you know how much that 7 generating ticket? $8.something million.
Wow, that's good.
Where is that? Where?
That's the new he released album late this year. So he now went on tour again. So he already did 7 shows. That's
mostly where? Mostly in Europe, right?
In Europe and America, yes.
Yeah. So it's that's what I was saying. So the money is still like, and mostly and that's what I'm saying. Like, so you mean to tell me, like, I mean, Burna Boy wasn't given a plug. Like, let's give an typical example. 50 Cent, right? He's global. If you hear his music like in the club or something like that, you mean to tell me like 50 Cent made his track go global, or the machines pushes music global?
Both.
No. 50 was just reigning from New York City where he came from, but the whole of US, for you to like go mainstream, the labels gotta put you on.
Okay, let me tell you how.
Sorry, is Kaiser still here, or do you need me to shut it down?
Yeah, in the background.
Yeah, you can shut it down. Yeah.
No, do you want me to give you another 10-15 minutes to round up?
Let's complete this conversation, and then you can start it.
All right, I'll give you another 10-15 minutes, and I'll come back.
Okay.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Right. Let me put some context here. Burna Boy's blow up is actually it's by happenstance and all that. Burna Boy was there since 2012 and all that stuff. And he was one of the first artists to try and turn dancehall into Afrobeat and meld dancehall with Afrobeat. Because dancehall started turning into some noise, I'm telling you, like my guy, right? It just started being like just noise that, so Afrobeat added more melody. So Burna Boy, when he started in 2012, he was just putting out records and all that stuff, but he wasn't still noticed and all that stuff. I don't know why he went to South Africa and all that stuff, while at the same time you have IROC TV and Ben TV and all these African channels in the UK that were playing Afrobeats, and nobody knew what was going on until they started gaining traction and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But for Burna Boy particularly, there's an instance that occurred in which it made Burna Boy. There's this situation where Kanye West turned his name into Ye. Kanye West made his name say Ye, and Burna Boy released a song called Ye. So whenever people go to look for Kanye West, they found out that they find Burna Boy's Ye song, and then he immediately gained traction. And then he released another song, which is that Angelina and all that. So he released that song.
That's how like
that's it. Everybody knew him, and then he was like,
that's how like Soulja Boy came into the stream. Like he kind of like used 50 Cent's name to gain traction. That's how he came to the like limelight on the
I
that's
mean,
how
I
like
mean,
he
I
did.
mean,
Like people were like searching for 50 Cent, but it was then they started like listening to Soldier Boy's music, and that's how he came to. Yeah, but I don't know about like some African countries, but I stayed in Ghana. I've never been to other countries, right? But in the US, right? US like you might go to like the neighborhood, but most of the time, like when I live here, I don't listen to music. But when you go outside, maybe you go to the club or the bars, sometimes the music that you hear, you might want to go home and look for the music, right? So I kind of feel like they have a structure in the states to control people in the kind of music that they listen to. Like the kind of music that is on airwaves or in the clubs, it's not by mere chance, People pay people to play those kind of musics.
100%. And you seeing the list that's coming out at the moment, what P. Diddy was doing with all this kind of stuff. Him and his record label, Barbara, P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and all that kind of stuff. 50 Cent came in through G Unit, through Dr. Dre and Eminem, and all that stuff. But P. Diddy, and there's some nefarious business going on with him and all that stuff. In fact, that's why there's a controversy with him at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, some sex parties, gay sex parties, having sex with almost every fucking male artist before. That's why I wonder why Burna Boy was wearing all these androgynous looking clothes and all this looking
So
stuff.
like like this
Okay, let me explain to you.
all right,
Burna
guys,
Boy
I'm
normally
gonna drop off.
follows
But you have a great
the
evening.
terms of
Happy
the
New Year
I'm gonna
and Merry Christmas to you
Okay,
guys.
explain then.
Okay.
You go on UFC, complete your stuff.
Okay, Burna Boy named his album Love, I think Love Damini. So that's why during the time of that tour of that album, everything he was wearing was kind of laid and kind of it was the theme of that album. If you look at this, I told them, if you observe, he's wearing Timberland and normal America kind of style of dressing. So it's just a way of promotion, but most people don't know.
But what is he promoting though? UFC, the controversy regarding PD. What is he promoting? There was a lot of these Nigerian artists are now starting to do this devilish stuff.
That was before the controversy. I think since he dropped this new album, look at what he's wearing. It's different from the last album.
No. You see, I think he's maybe he's escaped it or something, but he's distancing himself from it. But if you look at all this one, Doja Cat, and then these other American artists as well, a lot of these American artists doing this devil worship kind of stuff. Burna Boy, if you watch him, then, and even this Rema as well, he is a kind of representing a lot of the devil worship. And I was like, what is happening to Afrobeats, man? Like they get consumed by the. They're getting consumed by the. But when I knew Burna Boy released a song and said that he met the devil in California, and he said something like, "If they wanna fuck you for nyash," something like that. From then on, I was like, we lost this guy. Bro.
That means hold on. That means if we have artists who are rock star in Africa, we will just condemn them to be devil. Come on.
No, but they representing devilish kind of stuff. You have to pay attention to this stuff. Yeah, you should look up on that stuff. These days, just some kind of. In fact, it's kind of turned me off quite a bit. You know what I mean? Me, when I used to rock Burna Boy when he wasn't popular, but now that he's popular, it's like I'm kind of off him.
Sir, if you pay attention, you will observe that. See, listen to his album, then look at his dressing style, then listen to this new album now. Look at the way he dressed now. It is different. This thing, Love Damini. So it was just about dressing sexy and dressing lovely. That was that album.
Dressing lovely. That is the most androgynous. Do you remember when he came out with that costume that's like red? It's just red all over the place.
That's what I'm saying. Because it is Love Damini. Love is something.
It's not even that. It's not even the costume. It's the way he was dancing, the dances, the moves he makes, and all that stuff. And the people he was associated, I saying, this guy is trying to, But anyways, P Diddy is going down, and a whole lot is coming out, and all that kind of stuff. So
okay, well, but now that he's wearing Timberland and big clothes, did you
man, that was the most gayest shit. But it's like a fucking gay gorilla or something like that.
Well, Did you know when I was in Nigeria, before I traveled and came back, I didn't know about all those things when I was in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I didn't know about all this homosexuality and all those things. I didn't have any idea because I don't nothing, you know. But it doesn't mean just because people like that exist, we shouldn't use the. Okay, if you look at Fela, that was not even such thing. But if you look the way Fela dressed when he was alive, wear skinny and tight clothes. It doesn't mean he was because he had life.
But he wasn't doing some kind of androgynous kind of stuff. You understand? He wasn't doing some kind of androgynous gay behavior. Hey, one man, don't worry, we're about to close down. I'm just drinking some tea at the moment to kind of bring my high down.
I'm done. Good night, one man.
Hey, one thing I was gonna say, UFC, right? Yes, Nigeria may be releasing a lot of the music, but the party is happening in Ghana. If you check it, a lot of the people are going for the party and get-togethers in Ghana. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Did you check Lagos this December?
Lagos this December. But yes, I see a lot like the parties happening in Ghana most of the time. You know?
Because you pay attention to Ghana. Lagos where the party is. There has been a party since on the 15th in Lagos. The party started on the 15th. 24 hours. No place is packed. The thing is that, let me tell you why. You know that 2019, when Ghana did the year of return, understand me? So they create this Christmas kind of every Christmas. It started in 2019. So that's just it. And also, Nigeria artists, I think they gave what they say is that they have to build a new arena